Blackstar burned the hair off of Nathavel in the
Like
blacksmith,
moths?
like moths. Yep.
Oh yeah,
Exactly. Yep.
Wow.
And, Xander traveled to the market and bought some magic spell and met an NPC there and decided he was going to smoke a cigarette on his way back to his group. And the group then headed off to the Silent Sanctum, which is the temple here in Sayor, only to find out that it is in fact ran by people that follow the same person that Razir does, although I don't think that everybody knows that. And I think that Alex had to leave at a certain
I didn't
point.
get that at all.
You weren't there for that, although Blackstar would have gone with the group.
Absolutely.
The cursed ring was removed from Xander, free of charge, and money given to Razir seemingly out of nowhere. By a random girl with a sack that just handed it to Razir, and then Veriloth popped up and told you to go take care of something in the cemetery. And then you guys decided that you were going to head off into town to do some other things.
Money sack girl?
Other business to take care of. You found out that although I don't think Xander conveyed this to Razir, but Father Brewberry is not just a follower of Veriloth, but also has the ability to see and communicate with him, which was not Blackstar and Louise were not aware of that. Louise, upon exiting the Silent Sanctum, did question his brother Xander about what exactly went down in the study of Father Brewberry, but Xander basically brushed it off, and Louise left it at that. And that is where we left off.
Blair Witch Project over here.
Not quite.
Trying to get comfortable. I was talking about my camera. All right.
You look dashing as always, Alex.
I feel great.
You look great.
Not like you though. That haircut, the freshener.
Oh, you.
Tony looks like a Backstreet Boy. With a little bit of tuft on his chin and the hair.
Mm-hmm.
Totally
I
got
can
the
see it.
Backstreet Boy vibe
Yep.
going on.
Well, like Justin Timberlake or like another one?
Another one.
Well, Justin Timberlake was
One of the other ones.
NSYNC anyway.
Definitely one of the other ones. No. Anyways, so you stand outside of the Silent Sanctum, collecting your thoughts and briefly having a conversation about where you were going to move off to next. You did already briefly talk about that. It was mentioned going to the boutique. The name I can't remember, so I pull up my notes. You were going to head off to the Defiant Cherry Boutique. That was one of the stops you were in from, maybe not last session, but the session before, talking about going to. You talked a lot about the Bardoff, which hasn't even been set up or scheduled yet. There's also the issue of Dream, which Blackstar had mentioned multiple times wanting to go and take care of. You also
That's
know
not what I
that-
said. I said I was going to murder him.
Okay.
I'm gonna murder him.
And then there was also the Red King had told you not to go too far, like not to leave town, basically, because he was going to be coming for you to basically wanted to have a conversation with you. And he indicated that that would be today. And it's already between 4 and 4:30 in the afternoon. At this point, you have a 6:45 meeting with Alora at Melvin's Hammock. So, standing outside of the Silent Sanctum, what would you like to do? To paint the scene, there's the cobblestone walkway. You've got the farms that are kind of off to your right-hand side if you're facing away from the temple. There's a tree line, and you can see a couple of buildings throughout it and some birds kind of chirping in the distance, and a light breeze. It's not quite sunset, just a beautiful tropical summer-like evening, or heading towards evening.
Did identifying that dagger give us the word, or no? One dagger still.
When you attune to it,
yeah, you
can
say
pick the word.
Yeah.
What's the word?
Haven't attuned yet. I'll figure it out.
Okay. Thought you were gonna say
It's
something.
gonna be
butt sniffer.
jazz hands.
No, that's ridiculous.
I like that.
Jazz hands. No, he needs to do the jazz hands as well.
But how can he be holding the dagger?
Magic.
He's just activating it.
He
like
throws it in the air. Jazz hands catches it.
Hands.
Isn't jazz hands is 2 words though, so it's not the command word. It's the command words apparently.
Come in phrase, like yeah.
Sure.
But if he says it really fast, like it's one word, then
Just hands.
Jessens.
Yes.
All right, we'll got that ring off your finger there.
That place was creepy.
Yeah, it was weird.
Yeah, but you guys like fit right in.
Yeah, you'll have to tell me about that later.
Yeah, I mean, it's a weird place, but overall, I mean, you know, I guess it does some good.
It like rendered me mute almost. It was so strange.
I just assume you were trying to rest your voice for tonight.
That sounds better. Let's go with that.
All right, so
Well, that handled. Shall we get back into the stopping by some more of them stalls? See if there's any more buying we want to do. Getting ready for trekking out to wherever it is we're trekking out to.
I mean, why buy when you can steal?
you do
Fine.
remember there being a hag that curses people who steal from her, right?
Yeah, but I won't steal from her.
What if she takes your voice away?
Don't even say. Why would you even say something like that? Like, that's just so inappropriate.
As you're having this conversation, there is a single chainless guard that is walking out of the gate of Sayor and turns down the road, heading in your direction.
Watch out! It's the fuzz.
What is the fun?
Let me guess, it's just gonna be like, "Why'd you leave the city? You're supposed to meet with our leader."
Oh, that's a good point. We should go back into the city
Yeah,
limits
let's get back inside town, I guess.
and go shopping.
Yeah, finish our tour about the town.
Okay, so you guys start heading back towards the gate. The chainless guard is not one of the souped up, or heavily armored guards, just one of the regular ones. Still, black cloak, gold trim. Kind of walks up and just kind of like holds their hand out. Looks like got the hood pulled back, no helmet on. Looks like a younger individual, blonde hair, blue eyes, kind of scraggly, up in a mess, like he was wearing a helmet, but there's not one visible with him. Looks like maybe late 20s. Just walks up. I'm here with a message. You're supposed to meet with our lord,
Ooh,
the king.
What are you talking now?
He's finished his business in the shopping quarter and wishes to have you brought to him. I'm
Who's
only
your
one
lord?
person, so I'm obviously not here to bring you in forcefully, but he's sent me out to request humbly that you follow me to where the meeting will take place.
I don't really see that we have much choice.
Yeah, I mean that's where we're at. Let's go.
Let's go.
All right.
Okay. So he turns around and you follow him back into the gates of the city, following the outside wall, a kind of a western direction. Goes almost all the way around the outside, not like saying anything to you along the way. Doesn't even look back to make sure that you're following him, and keeps a fairly brisk pace, not like he's running, but just intent on getting you where you're supposed to go. Brings you to a 2-story building on the western side of town behind Sayor Watch and Bounty. So this building over here, which is near to the western gate. There are a lot of chainless on the outside, and some of them are engaged in conversation, but most of them have their backs to the building, facing outwards, and they look like they're on guard. There's probably, at a quick head count, there's probably close to 60 that are just like, there's some up in the windows with crossbows kind of facing out, and a couple people that look like they're magic users that are just hanging around, keeping an eye on things. There are 2 of the souped up guards. I don't really know what to call them because I haven't given them a name.
Super guards.
Super guards. And the crystal is situated on the right-hand side of the double doors that lead into what seems to be a normal dwelling. It's a home that has been either given over or taken over by the chainless. And the double doors are open, and the guards are stationed on either side. They do have that kind of ethereal frost-like raiment, yes, about them. And you, as you are brought closer to it, do you guys have any? You're not having any resistance. I can just kind of cut to the. You're not going to resist going into the building. No
Nope.
apprehension or anything. Okay. As you all pass by the crystal, which is again still affixed to this cart on the right-hand side of the doorway, there is an immediate sense of. Oh, sorry.
Quick question. Sorry.
Yep.
No, you're good. While they were in the church, could I have attuned to the thing at that point?
They weren't in there for a full hour.
Okay, never mind that. I was just asking. I'll get to it later. It's fine.
Okay.
I just wanted to know if it had been possible, but if it's not, that's okay. I'm okay with that.
Just trying to think if there was enough. Not really.
I don't think so.
I don't think so. Well, it wasn't even just that. I was just thinking of recounting the other stuff that happened before you went to the temple. But anyways, as you're walking by this crystal, there's no extra emanation of force or anything, but I think it was Blackstar who felt this the first time, or the only time out of the group. Just not a sense of euphoria, just you feel stronger, faster, smarter, better as a person than you've ever felt before. If you thought you were strong before, you feel like you could lift twice as much. If you were smart before, you could read people's emotions just from their... Who's... Hold on. Like, trying to... Oh. I need to turn off Discord. There we go. Just getting messages. Sorry. Anyways, you feel better. I'm just going to leave it at that. Really, really strong, powerful, all that good stuff. You cross the threshold. There are a number of guards that are just chainless, just inside. There's like a dining room table, and there's a bunch of people lined around it, and they all kind of stop their meal that they're having and turn and look at you. And you get a couple of, like, almost like knowing glares, like they know why you're here and like they know who you are, which is really strange. That's kind of the vibe that you get from them. Others just kind of look with curious glances up at you. You're led back towards, there's a kitchen area, and then a door that leads downwards to like a basement type situation. The door in the kitchen has been heavily reinforced, like the door has been removed and replaced with one that's made of like iron, and it's been just lots of locks that are on the inside of where this goes. There's a stone staircase that leads downward, so you're led through the kitchen past a number of other individuals that are in that room. Down the stairs, goes down maybe 10-20 feet underground to a very dimly lit triangular room with 2 doors, one off to the right and one on kind of an angled wall that leads into what looks to be some kind of study. It looks like it looks to you like either this whole house was prepared for them, or they ordered that this house be vacated and they took it over for themselves. But most of the people in Seor likely wouldn't have a study in their basement. Anyways, inside is another partially trapezoidal room with a desk or a table with some papers laid out and a couple of scrolls. The Red King sits in a royal-looking red cushioned back chair on one side of the table, and there are chairs, pretty nice-looking chairs that line the room. and he beckons for you to come in. There are 4 more of these super guards that are down here. However, there is no crystal present, or at least that you can see. However, the feeling that you got when you walked past the threshold of the doorway continues. Please.
Is there
please.
anything worth, like anything I can see that's worth value in this room? Like really, like that
The
would
chair.
be easily pocketed.
Make a perception check.
You. Come on, Queen. Y'all's Queen.
You do a scan of the room quickly, knowing what you're looking for, and you feel very confident that there is nothing in this room that is easily pocketable. Perhaps there's like a drawer on the table, underneath the table rather, that comes out that maybe there's something in there, but apart from that, there's nothing on the chairs, under them, on the ceiling, in the corners. This has been set up for you to come and meet with the Red King. There are, behind him, there are 2 large wine racks that are just almost filled to the brim with various bottles. They look like they've not been here very long, like they've been set up for him to enjoy and perhaps offer to his guests.
Quick question: would the chairs fit nicely into the hole?
So when we kill everybody in here, we can take them.
Yeah, obviously, like we have bear rugs, but we don't have chairs in the hole. We basically have a kitchen down there.
I mean, if the hole was opened up, you could easily fit 6 of these chairs probably in that hole and have no problem. Probably more than that, actually. Probably fit the whole table in there, maybe. Anyways, beckons you in to sit down. Please. I've been looking forward to this. Have a seat, or don't. It's up to you. I am going to close the door for various privacy reasons. And
Blackstar sits comfortably in one of the chairs.
yeah, there's kind of 2 available off to the left and 2 available off to the right, actually. I guess it's only 4 chairs that are not taken in here.
Well, Tormund got lost on the way, so they don't need the 5th chair.
Tormund is with you, by the way. He is not just disappeared, so he's just going to remain silent until you have perhaps maybe a necessary question or something of him, but he's just, yeah. Anyways, so you enter. Tormund will stand at the door as it's closed behind you. Do you sit?
Mm-hmm. On the left.
I'll sit besides Blackstar.
Yes, Louise.
Okay. I saw
I need to keep it in check.
I saw shaking heads from Razir and Xander, so you're both standing?
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
I'm like leaning against the chair, but like I'm standing.
sure.
That way I'm still in the general vicinity.
If you don't mind, there it is. I'm going to just keep this where it needs to be, and like kind of pulls the hood down a little bit further. You still only see just kind of the jutting jaw coming out of the bottom, which has that kind of red tuft of fur, and of course the paws that are visible. But just to ensure that no unnecessary identification occurs. Now, I already know your names, so paltry introductions aren't really necessary, but you don't know my name. And we're going to keep it that way. You can refer to me as the King, or the Red King, or Sir, whichever you prefer. I don't mind, but I apologize that I can't just be forthcoming with my true identity, as it could cause major problems for me down the road. I'm sure you can understand. But you may be asking yourselves, why have I asked you here? Why haven't I? And by the way, I appreciate your easygoing personas. You seem to be just really willing to work with people, and that's something that I find intriguing. So why have I asked you here today? Well, I've come into possession of some knowledge that is beneficial to me and beneficial for you to know that I know. because I think that your opinion of what's going on in the world has been shaped, and you are burdened with this opinion that you've formed through ill-met complications and ill-informed individuals. And so I wish to correct that, because I think that we can work together.
Do they also call you the Mad King?
Now, some people say that that red is the color of madness.
That's fair. I look
Now-
at my red outfit.
Why am I so interested all of a sudden? Why did I just see you on the street, know who you are? Well, this has really been going on and being planned for a while now, even though you've only really been into this for a few weeks now, but you've made waves in the world of those of consequence. I'm sure you know that. Now, I had given an offer to one called Phaon. Given the option of joining our ranks, I'm sure you know Phaon, crossed paths once or twice. But he said something about being in trouble and not wanting to take on additional responsibilities. But he mentioned that you all might be the perfect candidates. And seeing as you survived the Requiem and apparently may have been involved in the dissolving of my superhuman laboratory, I know that you have started to gain friends in high places. And I pay attention to groups who quickly rise to maybe not fame, but importance and power. Those things are important to me. I have examples such as you, one of your previous traveling companions who helped you find the Requiem. That's an example of friends in high places. I'm sure you know who I'm referring to.
Who's he referring to? I'm sorry, I'm new. Who's Phaon? Who are you referring to? Am I included in the discussions of this group now, or am I still kind of new? Am I the new face on the block? I just want to get my bearings here.
Well, you have a choice of leaving and absconding yourself from the rest of those that are here.
No, I won't do that.
So then, yes, you are included in this conversation.
Lovely. Love it. All right, go on. I do want to know who Phaon is and then who you're talking about, but we'll get to that, I'm sure.
Phaon, the self-appointed leader of the Raiders of Nyx Ruinum.
I don't know him. That's cool. I like that. It's a name. Phaon.
You don't like him.
I don't like him at all.
And getting on to my second point,
Right.
and my last point. You're here in Sayor after these various escapades, one of which could be wiped clean from the slate of my tolerance or intolerance. But you're here in Sayor perhaps for nefarious reasons. And from my perspective, I like what you've done. I'm prepared to make you an offer. But first, I'd like to hear what you have to say.
About
About
what?
about
I
what?
mean,
Yeah, I'm also confused.
It doesn't surprise you that I know all of this information?
I
I
mean,
mean, my brother did kind of see your all-seeing eye watching over us a few times. So.
and I'm not surprised that you know Phaon. Your relationship with him is none of my business, but something that I've always kind of assumed from this point forward when I started traveling with my brother and my friends. So it's not really surprising that, you know all this information. I mean, if you are who you say you are, then you're the Red King. You're the leader of the Chainless. I'd expect you to kind of have people everywhere and tabs everywhere.
Okay. You seem a little nonchalant about the fact that we're having this conversation right now, whereas the fact that for the last few weeks, just about everything you've been doing has been in opposition to my organization.
I mean,
yet-
at this point, we've met with someone who might have been the god of death, or another one might have been a different interdimensional being. So at this point, I feel like we're kind of, like desensitized.
Look,
to it.
don't mistake my poker face for being nonchalant. I mean, this is definitely the last thing we were expecting was you to be here. You know, like that timing kind of feels like poor. So, it's definitely a shock. It's a surprise. At the end of the day, though, like I'm sorry, but I don't have enough respect for you to grovel at your feet.
I'm not asking for you to grovel at my feet. I don't ask for any of my followers to grovel at my feet. In fact, all of them do it voluntarily. They don't grovel, sorry. They don't grovel at my feet, but they serve me and follow me voluntarily. I don't put myself on a pedestal in order to gain fame and try to rule the world. My goal is not to be the leader of anything except for to harness the thought patterns and power of those individuals who align with my own so that we can create a world that's safe. The current leadership of the world and that of all of the various towns and factions other than my own will not get us there.
You
Right. Safe, like all them towns you terrorize and the people that get displaced and killed because of your group, that's real safe. Right.
I understand, Razir, the pain and that you would feel personally for seeing that kind of thing, and I grieve for those that undergo such terrorism, really, is what you could really call it. And I am not an all-powerful, all-knowing being. I'm not a god. I'm not even a demigod or anything even remotely close. I am mortal. And I only have so much reach. However, I do have a large and growing following, some of which needs to be reined in. I need people with good moral compasses to help me rein in those of our organization who aren't following our code. That's why I've asked you here.
Yeah, insight check on that. That doesn't sound right.
Okay, well, that's an 11 from Louise.
Yeah.
21.
I would
21.
also like to
Insight check.
that one.
Another one.
Oh, it was almost good.
The only thing that you can see of him, which is just kind of a reiteration what I said earlier, is the bottom half of his mouth and his hands or paws, right? I'm going to call him hands going forward because saying paws sounds weird. He
Quick
is
question.
hard to read.
Does he fight
Oh,
barehanded? Sorry.
wow.
I thought he fought lion-handed.
He's hard to read. However, there is a level of
Menace?
there's so many things. There's a. You feel like he's lying with, like lying a little bit with everything he's saying, but also telling the truth. So it's like his words are really sweet, and he's also comes across as like maybe being one of the most intelligent people you've ever met ever.
I mean, the bar's not that high. Come on.
Do I feel like he's smarter than Xander?
Maybe.
It might be two different kinds of smart.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
he probably has a lot more street smarts.
Not once Xander reads that book.
Yeah, right.
There's definitely just to kind of get back to it. There's an underlying something that maybe he's not saying, but he sounds truthful in what he's currently saying. Maybe there's some alternative or ulterior motives, but he's the Red King, so of course there's going to be ulterior motives, right? That's just common sense meeting with him. But yeah, that's all you get. What was he saying?
About the code. Keep it
Yeah,
real.
wanting
Right.
having
Having
moral
code to
people
help.
by his side.
Right.
Stuff like that.
Now, I really and truly believe that you've been misled. I think that you've seen the things that the rowdy outskirts of my organization has accomplished or done in my name, in the Chainless's name, and are disgusted by it, and I don't disagree. I do believe that my goals should be accomplished regardless of how those goals are achieved. But the unnecessary slaughter of innocents and the capturing of individuals is not how I direct my organization. However, the ultimate goal is the ultimate goal, and those who seek to thwart it will be erased. I am kind when I need to be, and I am calculated, but I am cold, and I do not wish to be thwarted. As simple as of a sentence as that might be. No one wishes to be thwarted, but I won't tolerate it. You, as a group, have been thwarting me.
In what ways?
Well,
You're a little late to the party.
I am.
Blackstar,
Very late.
I've already given you your opportunity to leave. I can extend it again if you wish.
No. I just want to know things. That's all. I want to know
You
what sort of.
associated
shenanigans.
with a group, maybe you don't know what they've done, but they have killed dozens of my men. I think you
I helped
are
them
involved
kill
in
some people.
some of them as well.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah. Do you do it out of pleasure?
I mean, I don't have much else to do right now. I've got like,
Oh,
Personal
perfect. Perfect.
oh no. I look at Luis. I think I'm playing into his hand.
You think?
What is it that interests you, Blackstar?
Well, right into it. Okay. Well, let's see. I'd like to destroy the Chainless and everything they stand for, first and foremost. I'd also like to earn some gold, and then I'd like to become the greatest bard in the world, possibly absorbing the power of all other bards that I've ever met, which would be like some Highlander-esque type things. Don't know how.
But wait, wouldn't that kill your
Oh,
Majestic.
well,
teacher, yeah?
obviously you can't absorb what has taught you. Like, that's just ridiculous. I mean, Duncan MacLeod and Connor MacLeod kept a good friendship. Both mentored students. It was fine. There can be at least two, I guess, bards in the world. I also really want to find out about my life and myself. I need to do some soul searching. I'd like to steal something very valuable one day just because I think it'd be fun. I want to make Razier laugh at some point. He's very dour. Makes me sad.
But Blackstar,
Yes.
haven't you already stolen something very valuable?
Not me. Nope.
Make a deception check.
Oh man.
What do you mean
These are the
deception? He's
worst.
not being deceiving. What do you
These are
mean?
the worst because you know he's gonna fail. Oh, unless
Not too bad. Not the best.
Too bad this guy's got a plus 30 insight.
Oh no.
Oh. Not quite.
Not plus 30, plus 29. Come on,
Yeah,
Eric.
right.
Yeah, I was way too off. Way off.
Look, Blackstar, I'm not here
Yes.
to talk to just you. I'm here to talk to your group.
Oh, right.
But if it's one thing that I don't like being lied to.
Oh boy.
And in the interest of ensuring that the rest of this conversation remains above board, May I have your permission, all of your permission, to cast a spell in the room? Or rather, have one of my associates, so that we can all speak the truth.
Sure.
Wait, we're agreeing to this?
It's a spell. I'm pretty sure even I'm able to cast if I prepare for its zone of truth, I believe, right?
It is.
My group will speak for me.
You do what you want.
I think those terms are relatively agreeable.
Very well. He motions for one of the guards to get up, and they kind of exit for a moment, and then he just kind of like sits there and kind of looks at those notes in front of him and shuffles a few things around. And
He's got
makes a note.
notes.
He has.
What a
yeah,
nerd!
Yeah. I told you he's got papers on the table. He's got a couple of
Okay.
scrolls off to the left, like
I
looks like a
I
map.
didn't understand there were notes. I like the idea of him looking at index cards and like sweat's falling off his brow. And he's like,
Trying to do a
I don't like
presentation.
being lied to.
Public speaking's not my strong suit.
I have a card for this.
An individual who looks like one of the spellcasters from up above in the main home comes down and casts Zone of Truth in the space,
Right.
and then exits. Now, we can speak
Doing a
freely.
saving throw.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, sorry. There's everybody make a saving throw. A
What's-
wisdom saving throw?
Charisma.
Charisma saving throw.
That's a terrible roll.
I choose to fail.
Okay.
Yeah, so do I.
I fail anyways, so.
Mm-hmm.
I choose to fail because of one simple reason. If you succeed, the caster knows.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Black Stars was a 17.
Yes.
Okay. That let me just double check on this real quick, because I wasn't actually looking. Boop. That is a failure, actually.
Dang.
Barely.
Dang. It was a terrible roll too. I got an 8. This is trash.
And aids the guys.
17. Yeah.
I'm a +9 charisma save. That's my jam.
Riz.
Got Riz for days.
Let me ask you a question. Were any of you around before or during the calamitous events of the past 100 years?
No.
I mean, the past 100 years, technically, yes. I wasn't born yesterday.
What?
You were what? You've been how old are
I
you?
mean, anyway,
We're
I'll hold
aware,
it.
but we weren't there for it. Unless you're a lot older than you've been telling me.
No, but he asked us if we were basically alive during those 100 years.
The calamitous events of the last 100 years.
I'm
Those
like
no.
I'm young. I'm not
The
that.
culling. For any of the Titan attacks.
What happened in the last 24 years? I was alive for that.
Not that I remember.
Nope.
Oh man, that's brutal. I don't like what just happened. That was Eric saying something and Tim being like, "That's true. It's
Mhm.
technically true."
I mean, Jason, when Razir ate one of the meat on a stick here in
Oh
CR,
yeah, no, I know. I'm aware.
we know, but yeah.
So you're not aware of, or well, you're aware of, but you didn't experience the atrocities, the how terrible things have been, the fear that lives in the hearts of everyone on the face of the planet. It
I mean, that
can't.
ain't any different. than
I'm
it
sorry.
Used to be. Things ain't any different than they used to be. That's
Oh,
always
that
been
is-
the case since these things started.
That's just not true, Razir.
I mean, he was able to say it, so I'm guessing that's true.
Well, if you weren't there, then you wouldn't know.
I mean, with the the zone of truth.
Maybe that's just his perception.
You can't lie if you don't know the real answer.
Exactly. He's just making things up.
I'm here to tell you that it was much better before. And even if it wasn't, the people that are alive today don't deserve to live in fear. There is going to be another Titan attack. We are, as humanity, are incapable of fighting it. The heroes of old, most of them don't exist anymore. The followers of Zil, while they have a noble approach to things, haven't been able to locate the bodies of those most important to fight off the Titans. Reingard alone and all of his followers aren't capable of single-handedly taking on a Titan. I and all of the Chainless aren't capable of taking on a Titan. I need and want all the help I can get, and I have my hands in several things that will hopefully ensure the survival of every living person, whether they deserve it or not, on the face of the earth. All I'm asking is that those with the desire for peace and safety for all of those throughout the lands to have it, because we are powerful enough, we are strong enough to help them.
I do have one question. With such good goals, I guess I could say, why is it that you attracted such ill-mannered people? I don't know what you could say.
Because those with a reasonable disposition have had their minds tainted by whatever is left of the history books and thinking that there is no hope. Those who are in power, apart from this organization, would lead people to believe that this is the way that life is going to continue on. In the scarcity of safety in towns, monsters roaming free throughout civilization, it is only those whose minds can be changed because their own lives have gone down the drain, as they say. An organization full of criminals, mostly.
I love criminals.
Try my best to change that. One of the ways is by offering this position that I'm offering to you to the Raiders of Nyx Ruinum and Phaon and his crew. They're not, well, by the traditionally understood way, they're not criminals. Not really. Not yet. Anyways, they declined. See,
Really?
it's hard to find
Not enough money in it for them, is there?
reasonable individuals. They aren't looking for money.
What are they looking for?
Fame.
Oh, fame, fortune,
always-
and everything this world has to
And-
offer.
I mean, they always have. That's how it's
And
always been. Since always been.
what I offer does not provide fame, because I am not looking for fame, which is one of, well, it probably seems like a small percentage, but it's a small percentage, or part of the reason why I remain undercover, so to speak, is because I do not wish to be famous. The only reason I wish people to know my name is that I can, well, I suppose it is partially for glory. I want people to know that I was the one that saved the world. So I'm a little bit proud. Have a bit of pride. I don't see anything wrong with that. I am, after all, the one who's brought all of these ones together and orchestrated everything that's gotten us as far as we've gotten. But when there are roadblocks in the way, such as yourselves, who seem to be capable, I wish to bring them into my fold. The point I was getting at, and won't keep you any longer than necessary, as you have a decision to make here coming up pretty soon, is that I've seen it all, from the beginning until now. From the very beginning until now. Well. And...
Words are hard.
Huh? Where's your horde?
No. I was saying words are hard because you were stuttering a bit.
Words
Oh,
are hard.
yeah. Words are hard.
I didn't you say you were mortal?
I'm a version of mortal. Listen, I've seen it from the beginning until now. I know how to solve the problems that we face. I'm not a king of the land who can decide whose land is whose. I'm a military commander. I'm one who can fight the next Titan and stop any further Titans from emerging. That is my ultimate goal. I need little groups like your own to join my fold so that I can further my efforts. You'll be sent on missions that will further the efforts of the Chainless, and you'll make sure that those who are unruly are brought to justice. And if you don't need to kill them, teach them a lesson, because the morality of the Chainless is going to change whether it's you or someone else. And many more tens, hundreds, thousands might die in the process, but we are going to get to some sense of community that gets us to our end goal. Now, I'll say this one last time. There is no other organization in the world who is going to bring this about, who is going to fully protect all the people in the world, like ours can, who has a plan in place for anything other than the mundane, everyday goings-on of life. And when the next Titan attacks, everyone is going to be wiped off the face of the earth, including myself and all of you. So, here's my offer. Because of what you've done in thwarting me, only one of these options isn't you giving something of yourself to me as recompense for that. The first of which, you hand over the door fragments you found while you were in the Requiem. That's option one. Then we walk away from this, and if you choose to continue thwarting me, then I'll have to take care of you myself. I'd really rather that not be the case. The second option, you can hand over Tormund to me as a prisoner so that I can delve into what really happened in Aniran V. And by the way, this was going to happen whether Kyle was here or Kyle wasn't here. So
That's devastating.
Yeah.
That's actually devastating.
Well, what I mean, him offering of that as being one of the options.
Yeah.
It's what I meant. Just kind of like long stare at Tormund, and Tormund just has a smile on his face and just kind of looks right back at him and nods.
No,
And
you
that's about
sly
it.
dog, Tormund.
The third, you join the Chainless as a new team of the Chainless Raiders. You work for me, and you help the betterment of the Chainless stop thwarting me, and we bring about the safety and prosperity of the Earth forever. Oh, I forgot to mention, after we're all done with all of this, all of us gain immortality.
That's kind of cool.
That's like a year down the road. That's not right now. I don't have the
Quick question.
ability to
Is
give you
it-
immortality.
Is it like actual mortality, or is it just like, oh, your name's gonna live on forever, so you'll be immortal that way?
Oh, that's a good point.
Well, if immortality isn't what you wish, and then you can have whatever you want. Essentially, we'll have unlimited power.
Yeah, but like, would we live forever, like young, or will we continue to get older, or will we just be famous, like in the annals of history?
You might not even be famous. You'll just live forever in your current state.
Oh, are those the only options? It's three.
Those are the only options. And I'm afraid I can't let you leave this room until you've chosen one of them. Or, provided a significant comparable counteroffer. I'm curious, seeing as I've done most of the talking here. I am the one who invited you here, so I'm going to stop talking now and let you talk.
I want to look over at Razier telepathically. What are you thinking?
I don't know. I don't like any of these options, and I don't really see a way out of here otherwise.
Do you? You've been with him longer. Do you think does Variloth directly oppose Chainless?
He don't like him very much.
Well, then option 3 is off the table, but I had a feeling none of us were going to accept that one anyway.
Yeah. All right.
Would you like me to leave the room while you discuss it amongst yourselves? I can tell
Yeah, I
by your
think
silence
so.
that you're a little
like,
uneasy.
The awkward silence is really weird. I don't like it, and I think you're creating it. So if you and your super guys could just, give us a minute.
Sure. And he raises his hand and snaps his fingers, and everything disappears all around you. You are in a void of darkness, sitting in your chairs, just the four of you. There's
This is
literally
cool.
nothing around you, but you can. It's like there's an ambient light coming from somewhere that is just filling a 15-foot radius bubble around where you are.
This is really cool.
I'd
What if he can
like-
still hear us, though?
I'd like to use see invisibility.
Okay. Okay. So you cast see invisibility, and the darkness then dissipates from around you, and you can see outside of the bubble that you're still sitting in the same room.
Is there anybody else?
Everything is the way that it is. This is essentially an
So it's just a black bubble, but like the room is empty.
everybody is where they were. It's like an illusion. You don't know what this is actually. But yes, you're in a bubble, but you're actually still back where you are.
Right. Yeah. Well, I imagine that. Is it just like using see invisibility? Can I see like any scry bubbles? Do I see any invisible figures that might be standing in this darkness? Like, I don't have any idea if they're going to be able to hear me or not, but I want to make sure that we have most of our
Actually,
bases covered.
Would see invisibility even show you what I just said?
It probably wouldn't,
I don't think so.
which is
I
fine
feel
by
like
me. It was
True
more-
sight would have.
True sight would, but not.
Okay. I don't know why my brain went there
That's
immediately.
okay.
Show
It doesn't-
show invisibility shows you nothing.
No?
there's nothing there to be seen.
Okay. So, what are we thinking?
Yeah.
I mean, we can't give up Tormund, because he's right here, and we like him.
Right.
I don't want to work for the Chainless. I don't like them. I'd like to continue to thwart them.
That option's already off the table. We're looking at 1 and 2, and I don't want to give up Tormund.
Well, you didn't even
So
ask
we're
me if I
looking
was
at
okay with
one.
option 3. Yeah, what if I wanted option 3? It was already off the table. I had no option
You just
3.
said you don't want to work for the chain.
Well, he didn't know that until I said it, but he had
Yeah,
already made the decision.
Well, I had made the decision because during the conversation, you told the leader of the Chainless that you want to thwart all of the Chainless's plans.
I didn't say thwart. I said destroy everything about the Chainless.
Right.
Minuscule difference, but
Look.
it's
We're in a. What's that?
Yeah.
It's Tormund.
Oh.
I wouldn't mind the chance to work undercover.
I don't think that's what would happen.
Wouldn't be the first time I was captured by the Chainless.
I mean, so far the experience I've had with the Chainless, apart from them like attacking us, was them kidnapping people in Beacon, trying to turn them into super soldiers, and they ended up turning into monsters.
Do we
So,
want
yeah.
Monster Torment?
I was
which
thinking
might-
the same thing. Monster Tormund might be a Titan on his own.
Yeah,
But
that
then
sounds
again,
terrible.
quick question: does the super soldier thing count as a disease? Them
It does not.
Who
Does
knows?
not,
Although
alright,
you
because
don't-
I was going to say Tormund has a magical item that makes it so he's immune to magical
Yeah.
diseases.
Um,
Well, if they bring me in, maybe they'll bring me to where Pluto is. Maybe I can, although I don't have a means of talking
You
to...
can't tell us.
Hmm.
I mean, I can send you a message on occasion.
You could.
I do have a question really quick, because I'm thinking about the door fragments. Remind me again of how the process of installing one works. Because I know how they work. I just don't remember what the process of installing one is. Because when you mentioned it, I was like, why haven't we done that yet?
I
But
thought we
like,
had to put them together.
there's a good reason why. I'm not remembering.
It takes an hour to install a door fragment onto a door. Based on its properties, it kind of can determine what it looks like on the door, but it just has certain properties. You make a roll based on the type of part you're installing onto the door, and if it's successful, it's successful. If it's not, I think the part breaks. I'd have to look.
And it's like,
It can have a negative effect as much as it can have a positive effect.
right. And can you take it off?
Yes,
Can,
You
right?
can. Yes, you can.
Oh, you can.
it's taken and replaced elsewhere. I wrote that down.
Okay. That's it.
Yeah, you guys haven't done anything with the door fragments, which
Not
is
at all.
interesting. But
So we give them the door thing, which seems important, or we give them Tormund, because we're not working for this big bugalug.
I mean,
then again, it doesn't. Xanadir, then again, you might be working with the chainless, also have a door fragment.
Oh no, I thought does Zenladir have them? I don't know who Zenladir is.
You don't know
I'm
who that
assuming
is.
involved in this conversation.
who's Zanladir?
Also, who's
does Zanladir have them? I don't know who that is.
I thought we had two. You kept one, gave us the other one.
Because you had retrieved 2 of the 3 that were there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Who's Fulton, and why are his doors so important?
He's the greatest bard that ever was.
I'm going to find him and challenge him. I will
And
publicly
swallow his
humiliate
essence.
him. I'm going to swallow his essence. I will get him to play his music,
look.
and then I will absorb it.
We are. This is a serious situation. We're in front of.
Really?
Yeah, I mean.
You?
Oh, that was a
Sorry,
pigeon.
so it's not necessary. I will stop.
It's just. It's. I don't know what to do.
Well, we just give him the door fragments. What else are we supposed to do?
I mean, Tormund, if you're sure that is an option, then get someone
But
on
I-
the inside.
The only reason I'm afraid of giving them the door fragments is because we don't fully understand their capabilities either.
We don't
Wait.
fully understand what monster Tormund is capable of.
There ain't
It
no
doesn't-
saying he's going to be turned into a monster.
Because that was one of their labs.
And we
How many
did,
labs have you seen where there weren't monsters?
Well, we've been to the one.
So for one right now, so it's a 100% monster rate.
Well, when you put it that way,
But
I'm just
the large
asking.
red fella did say that that was his research lab.
Exactly. So if that's where all of his research is happening, and there's monsters there, then his main research lab, his main monster laboratory.
But didn't he just say we destroyed his whole monster creation operation?
Oh, he did say that.
Yeah.
Tormund,
Look,
what do you think?
At this point, I think it's up to you, Tormund, if this is something we're going to go through with,
I'm gonna cry.
leaving you with him.
Yeah, I mean, whatever you guys think is best, that's what I'm going to do. And I think that I could do some good work undercover. So, yeah, let him take me.
You honestly believe that?
You're delusional.
Like I said, I've not the first time I've been taken by the chainless.
Man, you're so cool.
I told you he was cool.
I
Don't
knew
ever
he was
listen.
cool.
And you thought you
Yeah,
were cool when you were smoking a cigarette.
They took me when I was on my way from an Iron V to come here. Tried bringing me somewhere, but I just got real big, and then they kind of I broke out of their cage, and kind of made my way here. And I don't really know where they were taking me, but they weren't able to drug me, so I was like awake and cognizant the whole time. And yeah, they're just kind of a bunch of oafs, kind of dumb and big and oafy in my opinion, and most of them are kind of pushovers. I think he's trying to rope all of us in because he doesn't have anybody that powerful. Maybe he has a few, but I think most of them are chumps.
I don't, morally, it feels wrong. I don't feel like I can make that decision.
I mean, it feels terrible. I love Tormund. He is my BFF. He's my ride or die.
He's your moral compass.
Who knows what kind of wild shenanigans I would get into unsupervised without Tormund here.
Well,
Like in River, right?
Like in River.
I mean, all I can say is make sure you take care of Dream for me.
Oh, I will. I'm going to murder him.
You murder him for me.
I don't like this. Brazier, you're like our de facto leader because Xander's young and impetuous. What are we doing?
I think what gives the chainless the least is Tormund going with him.
Oh, that's
We ain't
really
all working
nice,
for him.
Razier. I appreciate
Yeah, that's
that.
kind of rude.
I'm worth less
going
than
Door
the
fragments.
door fragments.
Because you're going undercover to
Right,
work against them.
right.
So we're actively, I see. He's more valuable because he'll be doing work against them while he's there. And then just giving them door fragments just helps them as opposed to giving them Tormund, which actively opposes. I see. Okay, Tormund, you're valuable again.
Sander, how many times can you use sending a day?
I mean, more than a handful once I scribe it.
Okay.
We're going to do nightly checks, weekly checks.
Well,
Would we need to do weekly checks if we do nightly checks?
I mean, I think
It's one of the other, Luis. Don't
at
be
this
upset.
point, we could do daily checks, nightly checks, and then like one or the other. And then as time goes on, if situations change or we're in more dire straits, then we can talk more or talk less if we feel the need.
doesn't have to be nightly. It can be whenever you feel like you want to check in. It's probably going to take at least a day or two for me to be able to maybe gain any information. Might be difficult if I'm gagged.
Well, it's telekinetic, so you'll be okay.
Is it?
Telepathic.
Telepathic,
Telekinetic.
yeah, it's telepathic. Is it not?
Is it telepathic?
For sure it is.
Sure.
That you can
I didn't think it
in
was.
your mind.
Creature hears the message in its mind.
Pretty
Send
sure
a
it's
short message
not.
24 hours or less. It doesn't say.
I'll be happy to be corrected.
It doesn't specifically say. It hears the message in its mind, recognizes you as a sender if it knows you, and can answer in a like manner immediately.
In a lot.
Here's-
In a,
In
so
its
it
mind.
is telepathic, yeah.
The components
Yeah.
are
Yeah.
VSM,
In
but
its mind. That's for
So-
casting it.
Yeah, Jason, when he speaks it, is going to say the words out loud, but Tormund would hear it and then respond with his mind.
Yeah, I always thought it was you're saying the words out loud and the other person hears them in their head.
Yeah, that's how it goes. Xander speaks them out loud. Tormund hears them in his mind and can respond in his mind. That's what it says.
Yeah.
I don't know
Gotcha.
anything about sending, but I mean, it sounds like it could work.
Right. I still think it's going to take a day or two before I have anything worth reporting, other than the fact that I'm alive.
I mean,
And
that's
safe.
always nice to hear.
That's a
the,
nice
the,
bone.
the biggest risk with this is that we don't know where they're gonna put you. Maybe there's like an anti-magic barrier or something, and I won't be able to get to you, and we won't know. Like
That's
this
also a
is
good
a big gamble, and we might not be able to help you if you do. I'm not opposed to giving up the door fragments. I'm not sure that I'm willing to put somebody's life on the line so easily.
The other thing is, if the Red King really doesn't know what happened in an Iron V, I think him learning what happened might make him even more curious and want to go to an Iron V himself. And unless an Iron V is where you were planning on heading next, then he's out of your hair while you travel to the last chainless. He doesn't know that information. Or did you tell him that information? You did.
Mentioned
He
there
knows.
was
He knows.
Yeah.
If you plan on heading to the third chainless base after you're done here, I mean,
Right.
that could be another way to throw him off the trail. But if he manages to get his hands on what's in an Iron V, then you might have a bigger problem on our hands. I mean, the other option is we just fight him right here.
Oh, wow. Bold.
Yeah, it's probably not a good idea.
I think we could take him.
I think you're
Think so?
wrong on that.
I wish I had your confidence. I get it every now and again, but I have to like kind of be in a mood.
Well, one way you give over something important and we all get to walk. You're still going to have to face him if we try and go and do what we're intending on doing. Or you hand me over and maybe we get some intel to make things easier on that front.
Very high risk, high reward situation.
So if we're not joining,
Scared money doesn't make money.
yeah, I'm down for whatever.
As much as I hate to lose Tormund, I think it would be best if he goes. I mean, then we have a man on the inside. We get there, we can save him, and he can be useful in destroying them when we go to plan to thwart them anyway.
Norman, what is in Oniron V that we have to worry about?
Yeah, what'd you do?
The only thing you have to worry about is if the Red King gets his hands on it. It's nothing for you to worry about. And it isn't something I'm ready to talk about yet.
Right.
Plus, I don't have to give him all the details. Just whet his appetite enough to lead him in that direction.
Pretty sure he's just going to torture it out of you.
I was thinking more of like detect thoughts out of you.
Oh,
Oh,
I mean,
I don't have to
That's
worry
good
about that.
you have no thoughts on the matter at all?
I mean, if
Very funny
if you're
laugh there.
if you're
Thank you.
scared of it getting to that point, I do have this scepter that helps you resist. Wait, is it actually that? I always mix it up.
I don't think they'd let him keep anything if they took him, Louise.
I mean, you can get big. You might be able to fit it.
Fit it where? In nature's pocket?
Yeah, exactly.
Nature's pocket.
In his
but
prison
then-
pocket?
When he shrinks down, that'll cause problems.
It'd be very uncomfortable.
Do
Unless
we know how that works?
Kangaroo pouch.
Dwarves have those. I've read that in a book somewhere. Dwarves have extra dimensional space on their bodies.
It's in their beards.
Exactly.
Just
right into the
just-
beard. And
wait.
pull
When
things
it's
out.
reverse, you do a Mary
on.
Poppins and pull stuff out of the beard. It just keeps coming out.
Yeah.
I know a little bit more about what he's talking about than he thinks I do, and I've had experiences with. Let's just say I've had a run-in with a primordial being.
Right.
All right.
Well,
Leave
You
it
know,
there.
out of all these options, what gives if we're intending on not helping them, which I believe is the consensus,
I hate
the
them.
thing that gives them the least is Tormund, you staying with them.
I hate
right.
this so much, but it's
I like this.
it's so cool. It's heroic almost.
But like,
I'm gonna write a song about you, Tormund.
Yeah, just in the song, can I be the one that kills Jareem?
Yes. 100%.
But don't write it while we're in the zone
Is-
of truth, though, because then you'll be lying.
I'm inside
Is the zone
checking
of-
Black Star on
Is
that.
the zone of truth still active on us in here?
It is, yes.
That's 100% true. I'm gonna write a song about Tormund.
Well, no, not that part.
What? Oh,
The
that he's
part
gonna be the
where
one that
he's gonna
kills.
kill Jareem.
Actually, you wouldn't have
In
been
the
able to lie to him right there if you.
In the song, he absolutely will be. It's fine. It's a song. You can take artistic liberties. It's cool.
Uh-huh.
um,
So then that's it, huh? You've just joined us and you're already going off on another grand
Yeah,
adventure.
just yesterday.
It was
wow.
just yesterday. We killed a vampire together.
Just yesterday.
It was yesterday.
Well, what? It's dead. I saw it die.
Okay.
Turned to a strange red mist and it floated through the ceiling. It's gone.
Are
I've
we
never-
ready?
It fluted.
It fluted straight into the ceiling.
Are we
All
ready?
right, well, let's do this thing.
Xander, sometimes the way you talk and like your tone, it makes me think you missed the other guy that I replaced.
I
throw that
love
out there.
I love both of them for different reasons.
All right, well, it's fair, I guess.
I'd like
Yeah.
to shake Tormund's hand.
I give him a hug. I'm gonna miss you, big guy.
Yep.
You really are my favorite here. They're
Keep
all
in
a bunch
touch.
of mamsy pamsies.
It's all right. I'll be back with you guys again soon, I'm sure.
Don't say that you're on third shift.
Don't say
Brutal.
yeah. I'm not really a guy who has a whole lot of words for goodbye, so yeah, we'll just accept it and go with it. Xander, you're my only means of contacting the outside world, so I'm not asking you to contact me all the time, but just every once in a while, kind of keep tabs.
I'll
Um,
keep you sane.
Are you guys gonna go do this hag thing before you go look for Pluto? Because they might bring
No.
you there.
Wait, are we? I thought we were going to get Pluto now, because I feel like we
think
put
it
it off long
depended
enough at this
on
point.
Where it was in
Oh.
relation to where we're going.
Oh, right.
Well,
I was the one who was supposed to tell you where it was.
Yeah,
Who's got a map?
About that.
I do.
Yeah, both of us do. So
Isn't it already marked on the map or no?
if I'm being real, I think it is. We're talking about the third chainless base, right?
No.
No.
no, we're talking about the other satellite area.
Place where
West.
Pluto's
Yep.
being held at.
It is. It's literally just
At the edge
Just
there.
below
the
the
edge.
A of COR.
basically below
Okay.
the A of Sayor. Yep.
All right.
So it's, what is that, like an hour and a half at most of travel outside of town? Like, if I'm being honest, like we could have like in all the time and all the things we've been doing, we could have like been there and come back and still done all this stuff.
All right. Hey, it's time to go.
Yeah, I thought it was further.
No, I mean,
So
I get
dirty.
it. I
You
get
could
it.
go buy things.
Uh,
Don't
Okay.
question us. Thanks, bye.
You
Well,
it was nice knowing you. Say it was nice knowing you, but it wasn't.
I mean, it's
Oh.
only been
Only been a
24
day.
not even like
Not
24
even?
hours, not even 24 hours. It's not like you're giving up your
It felt
lifelong
longer than
friend.
that.
It sure did feel a lot longer
Dude,
than that.
It's
Felt
no,
like
it's
it's been months.
it's no Wilbur. It's no Wilbur.
It took us months to go through one 24-hour period.
Losing
It's
Wilbur
ridiculous.
was brutal.
Wilbur?
Yeah. That was the worst.
I forget who Wilbur is.
Mike's character. Druid gnome. Brutal.
Is his name? I don't think his name was his name Wilbur.
Wasn't it Wilbur?
I don't think it was.
No. It
I
wasn't.
thought it was Wilbur this whole time.
Anyways, the bubble comes down. The darkness goes away. The Red King is still there.
Wilford. That was
There it
close.
is.
close enough.
That was different. That was very, very different. Anyways,
I mean, was it though, Tim? Was it? I don't know.
you weren't there.
That's the
It was-
joke.
Oh, okay.
That's the joke.
So you've had your time to discuss things. Somebody want to tell me what's going to happen here? Tormund stands up from the chair. Just kind of looks to the rest of you. Kind of gives you a little half-hearted salute. And kind of walks forward. The Red King. Oh. Not the option I thought you'd select. Well. Anyways. This will be very useful. And he kind of motions. Well, before... Hold on. He motions for the guards to stop as they start to stand up to go take Tormund. Now, I didn't tell you what you are going to get out of this. You're being given free reign to go and do whatever you wish. Just like always. But if you cross me, then I'll have to come looking for you again. And our next interaction won't be so pleasant. By the way, pulls a bottle of wine off of the wine rack and hands it forward. This, a gift. It's not poisoned. The Zone of Truth is still up, by the way. It's actually
But we
quite
don't
good.
know if you resisted it.
You don't know.
Blackstar takes it and looks at it. Is it good?
Is it good? It's not one that you recognize. It literally has a 7-pointed crown on the label. It's the Red King's own personal wine.
Oh, he has a vineyard.
Oh,
I love
he has
that.
a vineyard.
I
He
love
brews. This guy just got so much cooler.
Who doesn't like a nice glass of wine? This is infused, we'll say, with a little bit of power. You'll feel better afterwards. I promise.
For how long?
Depends on the person.
Read it off like a magic item, Tim. For approximately 10 minutes, you get a strength advantage. Congratulations, guys.
There's none of that. This is it's not strictly an RP based item. It has 8 servings. Each serving is equivalent to a superior health potion, and it is also a wine. So
Nice. Get drunk.
Come
and
on, Tim. We all know that's the main benefit. It's being a wine.
exactly.
We don't care about the healing. We have the berries for that.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
Are
It's
there
a
any
wine made with good berries?
big no-nos?
Ooh.
Are there any big no-nos?
Yeah, like you said, if we do anything to thwart you, but are there small thwarts and large thwarts? Are there things that if we did one thing, it wouldn't be as bad? You'd be like, oh, those guys. Then you wouldn't come looking for us right away.
rascals.
Well, I'm going to instruct my men, and the message will travel fairly quickly. Give it a day or two to travel earthwide. They're going to stop attacking you on sight. And if you kill one of them, now there's a watchman, so to speak, to see where and why, and whether or not it was justified. If they're being huge douches, then it makes sense, and they understand that. You don't work for me, but you're being given some leniency. Look at it as a small gesture of faith in the hopes that you will one day join me in my mission.
I know we're going to let you down.
I know that you don't want to, but I think that one day you'll come around and see things a little bit closer to the way that I do. And let's say this is the last pleasant conversation that we have. The last one that ends with me giving you a bottle of wine, and the next time you're trying to kill me. Well, if you are successful in defeating me, you will one day see that I was correct, and you will regret not helping me save the world.
Yeah, but if we do help you, then we could have another conversation that would be pleasant. So this might not be the last pleasant conversation that we have.
Blackstar, the zone of truth is up. I know that in your heart, you must have convinced yourself to believe the words that you just said.
It's hypothetical. It's not, just
how he gets
pitching.
away with lying so well. He just convinces himself first, and then
just pitching this idea like, if we don't cross you, that's not a lie. If we don't cross you, you will have another pleasant conversation with us.
And I'm simply telling you what will happen if you do cross me.
Absolutely. I mean, we're going to disappoint you. I disappoint people all the time. I am 100% certain I'm going to disappoint you.
And I'm just prefacing or letting you know in advance what will happen if you do.
Right.
I think
so. It's a decision.
Something that's important to note, sir, is that you're saying all of these things about how we're going to be wrong and you're going to be right, but it all feels very cryptic. It's like you want to save the world, but you're not willing to talk about how you're going to do it without simultaneously losing the trust of the people. And I think that's where our lack is here. Because people don't like you. You know that, right?
And the people don't like me because of the men that I employ. And I can't directly control them. There's tens of thousands of them. I can't just go out and make sure all of them are doing their job. I have commanders for that, and the ones that don't rally the troops to be fine citizens and actually do what I tell them to do die. So this is the nature of the business when you hire all criminals to be part of your organization. It's a difficult business to run.
Sure. But if you're only able to hire criminals, doesn't that raise a red flag for you and your future?
That's a very interesting point, Xander, when really the real criminals are the ones that are actually ruling the world. They are brainwashing the entire world into thinking that the world that they live in is the one that's going to last and continue, but that's not going to happen.
Sir, you don't have to explain that to me. I'm from a noble family of Nyx Ruinum. I already know.
I'm just a criminal, so I also do.
I get it. I do. I don't like them either. But the way that you've gone about it and the way that I have gone about it are very different and also very similar. But what's important is the steps that you take to be better. And you're trying to take those steps, but if a leader can't get his people in check, then how is he going to save the world?
Because I have the vision. And he winks at you.
Yeah.
And I give the orders. I have the goals, I give the orders, my men accomplish them. The thing that I can't control is how they go about accomplishing those goals, not whether or not they do. Because my goals are always furthered. Like the superhuman laboratory, for example, was a huge bust. We tried to recreate something that happened in the past, and it was a failure. And you simply squashed an unwanted bug, is all you did. That's why I'm not as angry as I will be if you destroy something else of value to me. Something else that is worthy. As I mentioned,
Well-
I have my hand in several categories of things that I am attempting to work on.
Just so we don't accidentally step on an ant you like, what should we not touch?
Don't kill my men.
Unless they
Don't.
attack us first. As
Sure.
you said, some of them might be extremists, I
if
guess we
they're-
could call them.
If they're mistreating people,
It might be douches.
Well, if they're mistreating people, they may be trying to... The thing is unless you're actually written, contracted, working under me, you don't have the authority to stop them from mistreating others.
I think there's a moral contract that like we have
there's
to.
there's a social
Wait,
and moral
Blackstar's talking
contract
about
that you're required to uphold to be a half decent person.
We could just solve this entire problem by you signing a contract with me,
It's not
legally
happening.
binding one, and then all of those problems go away. We both further our interests. You're paid handsomely in both money and power and all kinds of other things. And
Look.
we save the world. That's the whole point. Go ahead. I'll let you talk.
I don't. Look, I have a lot of world left to see. I have a lot left to do, and maybe by some stroke of luck for you, I will grow up and see what you're talking about, but I don't think a leader rules by fear. And with that, I'm going to get up and go towards the door.
Xander, you're free to leave at any moment that you wish. But before you walk out that door, I have one last thing I'd like to tell you, seeing as we've made an agreeable transaction here. The last thing I'll leave you with, and seeing as you mentioned maybe one day you'll grow up and understand where I come from and why I am doing what I'm doing, take a look at the fact that the history books have blotted out the majority of what happened and transpired before the culling, after the culling, and why no one knows what actually happened. Think about the fact that there are a few of us who do know what
And
happened.
yet you choose not to share.
Well,
Isn't that interesting?
I don't choose not to share. I share with all of my men, and that's why they believe in me and follow me.
But why is it only to your people? Why not share it with the world if the goal is to be this person who can lead everybody to and then save everybody? You restrict it to the people who give themselves to you.
Because only those who are willing to follow the true path, those who are willing to give themselves to the cause and willing to work towards saving mankind, are those who are deserving of knowing the truth.
You have to understand that what you're saying right now just doesn't make sense if you can't even explain it to somebody. You're this whole... I mean, believe me, I know. I've read the history books. Part of my goal is to find reasons and answers, and somehow it lies in front of me with somebody that I don't trust, and somebody who's not willing to be forthcoming about the secrets that could change everything for everybody, for the world, change everybody's point of view. You restrict it to only the people who are ready to give themselves to you and then tell them, instead of trying to gain people's trust beforehand. I think that both of us have a lot to learn.
Make a persuasion check.
What the heck? Okay. I'll take that. Not even re-rolling on that. Not getting much better than a 16 on a charisma check.
So you want to know? Do all of you want to know?
I mean, that'd be cool.
You want to know what I know? Even you, Razir?
I don't see why not.
Yeah, what do you hope to gain from the information?
Insight? Clarity? A reason as to why our world is the way it is.
All right. I'll give you the Cliff Notes. There was something found. Powerful. It was desired by all. The nations of the old world fought over it. Once it was found to control everything. One being took it upon themselves to take control of it as the nations fought themselves over its power. And that individual, for good reason, decided to banish its makers for giving it to mankind in the first place. And they've been tormenting us with titans ever since. In the process of banishing the makers of the device, they caused an annihilation. I don't know exactly how, but I know that that's what caused it. And this individual, whoever they were, is presumed to have been destroyed in the process. Someone that the temple masquerades as their god here in Seor. And I intend on causing humanity to be powerful enough to not only defeat the Titan, but to defeat the makers of the device as well.
Am I to understand that the makers are not divine?
They think that they are. Or were. But if they were, or are, then how could they be so easily bound by a device they created? And so, true deities don't exist. Not in my mind. Not in my book. If something so silly as that could have possibly happened. I don't think they deserve to be alive. If they continue to threaten the world, they should be taken down. This is a long, long plan that I have, and I'm not able to do it by myself. And there's a few who know of this, who know the truth, and they have their own means of coping with it. There's some who even say that individual who brought about the calamitous events, the original or initial one, is still alive somehow, somewhere. I'll find that person and I'll kill them too. Or maybe they'll join me, because I believe that they would align with my thinking.
Interesting to
Anyways,
think about.
that is the truth, Xander. And now you see why it's a noble cause. Because the Titans are just going to keep coming. And they're going to get more and more powerful. Until every last living thing on the planet is destroyed. And Rheingard's not going to do anything about it. Garrett isn't going to do anything about it. Zil, your family, the Oracle, no one is going to do anything about it unless all of us come together as a force for good. Or a force for bad. I'll take it either way. But a force to stop the true evil, which is the makers of the device that caused the demise of our very civilization. Does anyone have anything to say in reply?
You see, that's where you lose me, is where you say or a force for bad. I get your interests. I understand. I can't say that I'm fully on board, but resigning yourself to harming people that don't completely understand. People think that your goal as the Chainless is not that. It's a completely different idea. And yet you somehow still find it in your heart or your people's hearts to command them to go and harm others.
I don't command them to go and harm others unless those people directly conflict and stand in the way of the goals that we are trying to achieve.
Yeah, but by saying, by insinuating that it's by any means, good or bad, you say, go and discipline these people, and that results in lives lost. And you wonder why people don't think your cause is noble.
Xander, will this conversation, or any other one that's had, or any life that is lost, matter if a Titan comes and wipes us all off the face of the earth?
I think every single one matters. I puked after killing your first, after I killed your man. I puked. I threw up.
Well,
and it's not easy to stomach.
Some of us weren't meant to live in a world like this. You were meant for greater things. That's why I'm offering you those greater things. Anyways,
get up and walk out.
It's been lovely chatting with you.
Really? No other conversation? No one else has any questions?
I mean, like,
I just revealed the secrets of our entire civilization and no one has any questions. You're just going to get up and walk out the door and go up the stairs and go on about your day. You're going to go back to the market and buy things.
I mean, what am I supposed to do? Like, jump for joy? I don't know. Like, you've got your ways. You're set in them. Like, chaos is unstoppable.
Wow.
Like, more than likely, whatever you want won't happen the way you want it to. You're already saying that you got criminals who don't really follow your orders, and if we stop them, then you're gonna get mad at us. So, like,
let's just get one thing clear. They follow my orders, which are to get a task done. But they go about it whichever way they're going to choose to do it, whether I agree with it or not. They do exactly what I tell them to do. I just don't tell them not to do the bad things that they're doing.
Right. I mean,
that's not as good sounding as you think it is. Tormund, I tip my hat and I walk out after Xander.
I hug Tormund again. Be strong, big guy. I believe in you.
We need to come up with some kind of secret handshake or something.
Yeah, we do. All right, hold
on. Just not right now though, because
oh, okay.
This is weird.
That'd be uncool. That would be uncool.
Next time, yeah, it's not gonna be like a.
Still hugging. If everyone sees it, it's not gonna be a. If everyone sees it, it's not gonna be a secret handshake as well.
Right. Okay. See, even Louise is already talking about it. See, we can't talk about this right now. Later.
Right. You're right. Okay. Bye. Take care. And then I go out after. Louise, come on, we got to go. This has been fun.
Louise, do you say anything or do anything?
I mean, if
Blackstar waits at the door.
Yeah, no. Look, Tormund, I'm sure with how resourceful you seem to be, because we haven't really known each other that long. If anything happens, you'll be able to contact us. Survive, I guess.
Yeah. Just take care of yourself, I guess. Yeah. Just
Yeah. Good, we're both bad at this. All right, I'll leave.
Okay. You don't say anything to the Red King or do
Nah.
anything. No. Okay. All right. You
Before
guys...
Black Star walks out, he looks back at the Black King or the Red King. So, sorry. I like kind of the things you're saying. Some of them. I like this big reveal of like knowing what's gonna happen in the future. It's kind of cool. I need time. I'm gonna get back to you. Don't kill me on sight, okay? Remember, zone of truth. So, I got you. And then
He
Black
just-
Star walks out.
The last thing you see is just you only see the bottom part of his face, but just kind of like mouth hanging open, slightly agape in just disbelief. And you guys walk up the stairs out of the building. You are not accosted by the guards. They do all look at you as you're exiting, and kind of like a lot of them kind of like give questioning glances towards you, like, because they don't know what happened at all, but they're all just kind of looking at you like, are we cool? We're cool now. Yeah. And then yeah, there's like a little single file line in between some of these chainless individuals who've lined up outside the door, and you kind of walk all past them and are free to go.
I like to picture the Red King as Tim, because Tim is totally the guy that's like Patchy
do you
the
mean?
pirate from that SpongeBob episode where he's like, "That's it."
I
Like,
don't know.
yeah, no, I
Yeah, I totally get that reference.
walk out.
Me neither, Felix. Me neither.
Where are you headed?
Good question.
Might be headed to the bathroom. I gotta go to the bathroom.
It's probably time to put Nova to bed, but I have not heard from
I was gonna say,
Alex at all, so I don't know.
No, I'm right here.
My wife's name is Alex. So.
but don't.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
I thought we were going to this boutique thing.
I mean, that's what I said, but
I don't. I think the Pluto timeline has moved up now.
Yeah.
how's everybody feeling?
Oh, it's a lot. I mean, I didn't expect to listen to the Red King in general. I don't like him. Black Star set in his ways, but at the same time, kind of an interesting.
I get it. I get it. At the same time, like, you're going about it by being a dick. You know? Is that pushing the envelope, Tim? Can I say that?
It's not,
Okay.
and I'm just gonna say that I'm gonna be really, really sad when you kill him.
So he is killable. All right, guys.
Go back inside. Go back inside.
No, Jason, you need Xander needs to stay outside and just fireball the building over
Yeah.
and over again.
I've been working on his concept for a very, 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 very long time, and it's the first time he's been able to talk to you guys.
I hear him. I do. I get it. But like
I know.
a true leader does not leave their people out to rot.
Yeah. I don't know if everybody just needs some time to process what all just happened, and that's why everybody's like, I don't know what's going on. And Alex did say it's time to put Nova to bed, so we will let everybody think
You
about
did,
that.
Alex?
Did
Dude,
I said that?
Alex-
I told him.
I got your
I
text,
texted him real
Alex.
quick.
Yeah,
thank
exactly.
you.
That's so funny. Yeah, so we'll come back. And does anybody have a hard cap tonight?
Like 9, maybe. I'm just
Your
real
time's
beat from work.
11.
Yeah, my
Oh,
11 o'clock.
So 11? Okay.
Okay.
That's good to me.
It's been a
Right.
long week. Next
All
week's
right,
gonna be
so
worse.
we'll
but this week's
probably-
gonna be a lot.
So Felix is not here next week.
week. Yeah.
So this will be the first opportunity where we have to decide what we're gonna do.
We can talk about it later.
Yeah, it sounds like we'll come back and we'll
Yeah.
play for about an hour and then we'll be done. So you've just left the house near the Sayor Watch and Bounty. You can head towards the market. You can head back towards Melvin's and kind of talk through what just happened. You just lost a member of your team that you knew for less than 24 hours.
Right.
What do you guys want to do? Could charge off recklessly into the wilderness and in search of Pluto and say screw everything else.
I think now's not the time to do that. I think we need to,
I think we gotta unpack this.
yeah, finish our prep for the day. Use the evening and night outside of the Bardoff for processing and planning.
At what time is our meeting again?
6.
6:45.
And right now it's
Oh, it's probably 5.
so I guess we could just go back to the hammock, eat, and then go to the meeting then, right?
I mean, the meeting's at the hammock, pretty sure, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that.
It is. Oh, I thought it was like I don't know what I had in mind was like over here. What's it?
No,
No,
I'm
that's not
pretty
it.
sure it's at the hammock.
It is. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
at Melvin's.
All right. Well then, we
But
could
yeah, I
use
guess
a bit more
was that?
preparations and finish that up tomorrow.
we should probably head out tomorrow instead of spending another day in town. So
Definitely.
Because tomorrow we have the half plate to pick up.
yeah,
Which
do grab a few
was-
things in the morning and then
Yeah,
leave.
that. Yeah. Oh, there was the lady at the hag shop mentioned. What was it? Which was it? There was another shop that might have more magical weapons as well.
The weapons that you were considering specifically was at the boutique.
Yeah, it's the Defiant Cherry
So that's
Boutique.
the one.
Yes.
On
Yeah, I
the
wasn't
way.
sure.
So you want to
Yeah, we
head
get
over
that on the
there?
way.
I mean, it's on the way to the hammock.
Yeah.
Okay.
Stop by there.
All right. So heading over in that direction, which is not very far at all from. It's literally it's right there. So quick jaunt over. It looks like an oversized tent that's more permanent than other ones that you've seen, kind of like pop-up tents for random shops that are along the bay. This one is, despite the color that's shown on the map there, it's like red and black striped, and there is a sign or like a cloth. That's not a tapestry. It's anyways. There's a big thing up above the top of the doorway that's just like tent flaps that are open. The big thing at the front just has a bunch of cherries, kind of like on a vine, above the doorway. The tent is open. Upon entering, there are a good number of tables and glass containers, like display cases, that show off a number of different things. Anybody with magic eyes would pick up the fact that there's a lot of things on display here, but everything's locked up. It doesn't seem easy to get into this to break into things. It looks like it's very heavily guarded. There is one individual, actually I'm sorry, there's 2 patrons that are in here. It looks like a couple that look like noble people, like a man and a woman, kind of like holding hands, looking at things and picking up things and looking at them. The person who's running it is a male dwarf, like dark reddish hair and a full beard that looks like it's kind of brought down into 2 ponytails, if that's what they're called. I don't know what they're called. In the front
Braids.
and braids. There you go, braids. And looks like there's like several rings and fancy things all woven in throughout the beard and through the hair. Wearing like a maroon vest over like a pale yellow shirt. It's kind of poofy on the sides, and is like helping the individuals and like looking a little bit uninterested in what the couple are looking at, and like looks up, sees you guys, and like immediately like hurries over and like has their hands up like they're being all dainty as they're kind of this person is kind of making their way over to you.
Making my way.
Just kind of like almost like tiptoes over to you guys as you're entering the tent, and just kind of like slides up next to whoever's entering first. Just like, hello, and welcome to the boutique. Is there something that I can help you with specifically, or is
Actually, there is. We were recommended to come here for what I was looking for from the lady at the Brass Monkey. I wanted to and I wanted to get a magical sling, and they said they don't have those, but you might. So.
Oh, someone looking for something that is especially special on a special day for a special person. That's something that I greatly enjoy.
Exactly.
My name is Brunt Carhammer, and it's a pleasure to make your acquaintance, and I would be very much pleased in helping you find the thing that you're looking for. I do have a few slings. Only one of them is magical, though, so I'll have to go and fetch that one. It's kept in a secret location, so if you wouldn't mind not, like, keeping your eyes on exactly where I'm wandering off to, just so that everything can be above board here, I'll be right back.
All right.
Oh,
Black Star just really keeps his eyes exactly on that man.
Do you do it obviously like?
He turns around and like just kind of wanders off, does not look back to make sure that you're not keeping your eyes. Black Star, make a perception check for me.
You not great. Terrible.
What do you mean terrible?
16's not terrible at all.
No, I said not terrible.
Oh, okay. Goes over behind one of the tables that's set up and like crouches down behind it, kind of the far right section, not too far from where the two individuals are that are shopping. Seems to rummage around a bit. He's blocked. Your vision of him is blocked by the table itself, and you hear a couple things clattering around, and eventually comes up with like a bundle of cloth. And as he you hear the locking mechanism, stands up and then looks in your direction and sees that you're looking right at him.
I wave.
Oh. And then kind of like slides around the table, and then kind of like electric slides back and forth over to where you guys, back to where you are. Unfurls this cloth piece, and you see this pretty well-made sling. The handle of it looks like the bottom has been carved to resemble an eagle, which is upside down, which is interesting. Kind of like wings spread out, and it slings don't really have handles. It looks more like a
that's the slingshot.
A slingshot than a sling.
A sling, all right, yeah.
Mm-hmm. This is maybe not exactly what you're looking for, but it's pretty similar. It's the only magical one that I have, and I could let it go for if this is what you're looking for. Here, he, like, hands it over to you.
All right, I'll look at it and I'll ask. And what magical properties does it have?
Oh, this is the two-bird slingshot, and you know what the two-bird sling is of what you've been looking for, so I don't have to go over those details.
Yeah.
But it's a slingshot, not a sling.
Yeah. All right. So that means I need to unequip my shield to use it properly.
Really?
Oh yeah. How? Because you need to pull it back. Am I gonna have my shield over here block the slingshot, or my shield on my other arm and just?
I wasn't thinking about that at all.
Because an actual sling just need to have one end free to like load the rocks into it, then
and then throw it around. Yeah,
let
I mean, you
go
still
of one of
need
the strands.
the hand to put it in the
Yeah, but then
of
just
the sling.
strap the
That's-
shield to the.
That's a lot easier to just put a
'Cause,
rock in a sling and grab it. And
In antiquity, a lot of slingers had shields along with their slings.
You're a slinger, Felix?
Yeah. What's that mean?
You guys can't say that.
I feel like there's another meaning that I don't know about.
That boy slanging.
I'm flying him.
Okay. Well, if this doesn't exactly meet your, designated desires of what you're actually like interested in, you'll be surprised if I may, and takes it back from you and like flips it over and takes the beak and pushes it up, and there's a clicking sound and the handle unravels in his hand, and he flips it over and hands it back to you. This might be a little bit more of what you were looking for. My apologies.
That's amazing. I think that's awesome.
Yeah.
It can function as both, really. I heard
you
you
know
say
what?
sling, and it was stored with the slings because I guess it's both. But that's up to your own purview how you wish to use it. But it being of a special nature, these things do cost a little bit more than the average.
And how much would that be?
Let me consult my notes real quick.
I believe it's a rare item.
I know it is.
It's
And I already
really-
have a price assigned to it.
All right, yeah.
But now it's a versatile tool that can be a slingshot or a sling. All of a
the
sudden,
great versatility that comes with it.
Price has gone up, babe.
Wouldn't it have gone down? Because it can
What?
turn into something less useful because you need two hands to actually fire it.
is a slingshot worse than a sling overall?
Arguably, I'd say yes.
There's more range as a slingshot.
No, a sling you can chuck a rock really far.
yeah,
I recently watched this video of this guy chucking one at a mountain. It was pretty sick, actually.
And the mountain is
think-
gone now.
I think I also saw the same video.
Yeah, the one where he was like, "This is why people were scared of slings back in the day."
hmm
And then he did a gainer and just flung the sling, the rock at the mountain using the sling.
Because
It was sick.
Alex, how do
There
you
it
think
is.
David beat Goliath? Those
That's
things
true.
were powerful.
hmm Well, this being as special as it is, took me a little while to find it in my records. It's been here for quite some time. 2,100 gold.
Oh, that's way more than I have on hand right now. I just one sec. I turn back to the group. So I have a fifth of that. And previously, I used some of the party funds to get this breastplate here. So, kind of feel bad about doing it again.
I'm sorry. How much was it?
2100.
2,100.
In the bag, we have
Look at him. He's like
2,500.
chump change.
That's chump change.
No,
How much do we
that's-
have in the bag?
2,500.
And I've got 500 in my pocket. All right.
I've got 400. 481 in mine.
I'm fresh out of money at this point in time.
How?
Uh,
How are you fresh out of money? The guy
Fresh
who's all
out.
about money. How?
Then again, I turn back to the shopkeep. Would you be interested in maybe an exchange of good to maybe bring the price down a little?
Well, I certainly would, but the thing is I'm really mostly interested in oddities and things that are like not common. So like if you look like proud adventurers, and I that's just really wonderful. But like if you just have a bunch of +1 weapons or swords or armor,
I mean, I
things I'm
do
really not
have
quite
a
interested in.
+1, but it is made of adamantine. Adamantine.
Yeah, it's got to be
Are-
really special.
Are you interested?
Adamantine's not special to you?
Does it have an eagle with like a little beak that you press on the thing and then it turns into something else? That's pretty
How-
special.
I mean, how odd are we looking here?
Well, I
Because
mean, look around this shop and see the things that are on
Dude,
display.
I love Owen Wilson. This guy, this Owen Wilson.
Wow.
Wow. I have some bones from an animal that existed long ago. Are you an archaeological type?
I mean, do the bones like float in the air, or are they like?
I mean, they
Do
came
they-
from
I
a
they're just-
a giant zombie lizard. I feel like that's pretty special.
A giant zombie lizard, like what assurances do I have that they're not gonna come alive and kill me, you know? Like it's tough to
To bring something back, Jeff, don't you need like the whole like, or at least most of it being? I feel like a few bones
Wow.
wouldn't.
Wow.
Blackstar pulls out the Wand of Wonder.
Uh-huh.
Does this interest you? This is an oddity. This thing can cast like 8 different spells.
Only 8?
Yeah, but like the
Spells?
best thing is you have no idea what's coming from it. Like just look at the quality of this. And he holds it up, and it's definitely an interesting looking wand from the picture. So
It's taped up.
Has-
Just like Rod's wand from
Yeah.
Harry Potter.
It's like hanging a little bit. It's flailing.
what level of rarity is Wand of Wonder?
10 items. It's rare.
10 items.
10 spells. 10 spells.
It's blue. Is it 10 spells, 10 charge?
10 spells with
Oh, it's rare.
4,
Gotcha.
5, 6, 7 charges.
Well, that is definitely something that is of a wondrous variety, or the type, anyways, and that's something that I would be really curious about looking at. So, may I hold it?
Absolutely, and I hand it over to him. Don't wander too far.
Oh, I'm just gonna take a look at it right here, if you don't mind.
Of course.
Jason, why?
You know, as a kid, I thought Owen Wilson and David Spade were the same person.
Oh, that's offensive, honestly.
He holds up this like glass thing to his eye and kind of like spins it around and looks at it. Spends like a good 2 minutes going over it and inspecting the whole thing. I gotta say, this is pretty special. I'd be willing to. I mean, this is a fine piece of equipment here, but how do I know it's not been used a lot? I'd have to. I'd have to bring it to my specialist and take a look and see if it's something I can really use, or maybe it's been used of all of its power, and so it's.
You do know those type of magical items regain their power like after 24 hours, right?
Sometimes magical items that have uses, if you do something wrong, then they're not usable anymore. So
No. If you used all of the charges, it would crumble into dust if you mishandled it. But every morning it gains almost all of its charges back. And so it's, unless you're out there just zapping away, there's really little to no chance. Just do it 6 times in a day and don't do it again until the next morning. You should be fine.
how many charges does it have left?
Right now it's completely charged. I haven't used it in a little while.
Tell me,
7 charges in a day.
when was the last time you used it?
Yeah,
3
2
or
days?
4 days ago?
Was it 2 days ago?
Was it only 2 days ago?
Yeah, just before we got to
Guys,
You said it's unpredictable, what it does. So tell me, because I don't know. I've never seen one of these before. What was it that it did?
I shot a lightning bolt.
Wait, what?
You shot
Yeah.
a lightning bolt. Wow, that's pretty amazing. Did
Wait,
you,
It is
so-
amazing.
did you hit anything
Wait, so
interesting with it?
I didn't hit a single thing with it, but it was a lightning bolt that was shot out.
Oh, wow.
Wait, so that means that lightning bolt wasn't the wizard, it was you.
It was the wizard, 100%. Don't get things twisted.
But you just said it was you with the
I
wand.
shot a lightning bolt, but I didn't hit anything. I was just practicing.
And I just happened to not see you practicing.
This happens.
Make a deception check. And Louise, if you want to make an insight check, you are welcome to.
Yeah. Good
Oh
luck.
no, GG.
Yeah, there's no way. There's no way.
GG.
I rolled 10, 10 below.
Oh, it was the wizard. It was the wizard
Ooh.
that. Yep, 100%. Blackstar wouldn't lie to you.
Absolutely not. It's not my bag.
Yeah, I mean, this is really something. I guess I'd have to take off at least half the cost of your two birds slingshot. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. So the wand, $10.50 for the sling.
All right. And how
There
about
you go, Louise.
also along with that wand, we found a magical ring that allows you to breathe underwater.
Oh no.
Oh boy, howdy.
Well, I'll have to
No,
see
we
the-
did it.
I'll have to see the ring.
Well, that's.
Can
Oh,
can
we don't
I-
have it on us right now.
You kept it? I thought you
I-
took it
are
back.
you here to do business here, or
Oh, sorry, I just he left it with someone else. I thought he took it back. All right. Down.
And look, I know it ain't quite exactly what you had in mind, but it's kind of fancy, and I don't know if it's going to be worth nothing like that fancy wand there. But I got this chunk of fancy, shiny-looking rock. Now, ooh, rock, but you cannot break this thing. You cannot. It is indestructible. You can use it any which way you want, but you ain't going to break it or even harm this thing. No scratches, nothing.
a rock that can't be broken? Huh. Oh, mind if I
Here, take a look.
give it a try? All right. Here, I'll leave it right here, and I'm gonna go. I'll go see if I have a hammer in the back. Yeah. It like slides off down this little, not even gonna call them hallways, but just little corridors in between the tables. It's like going to a not a flea market, but a like a pawn shop, and all the aisles are super close together, and everything's
Yeah.
like together. So he's just kind of sliding through. Comes back with a really nice looking hammer that's got a sheen to it, and it looks like it's ornately carved. And comes over with it and kind of like spits on his hands and kind of rears back. And now, you're sure you're.
Go for it.
I'm having a really hard time not lapsing into a southern accent when I'm talking to you specifically.
partner.
I have a really hard time. All right. Rears back and cling onto the what shard of onyx is this specifically?
We've had this forever.
This is
We
the
had this
meteor one,
way
right? That hit.
before we
Yeah.
even got to the Requiem.
Oh, the one from the bodies in the forest. Is that it?
Yeah,
So
we
this
found all
is-
the spike guys.
But these are the one that you found was like a spike, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's not like a chunk, so to
No,
speak.
it was
It's
like a-
it's an actual spike. It's like 4 feet
Yeah.
long.
I
Okay.
don't know if it was that long, but yeah, something like that.
Pretty sure it's like 3 or 4 feet
The
long.
one from the Requiem was definitely that long.
This is the one out in the forest. This is your first interaction with the onyx material.
Yeah, it's just been sitting in my backpack this entire time.
Gotcha.
Figured out what it was when we got to the Requiem. I was like, all right, well, that's just in my backpack now.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
It's a good thing you don't carry the hammer in your backpack.
It just like rattles around and breaks all the onyx. You just have
Yeah,
dust
there's just
in your backpack.
dust in my bag. It'd be gross.
Oh man,
Dirty.
imagine if you inhaled that stuff. Anyways,
He doesn't need to breathe.
Exactly. I'm fine.
Oh, he has onyx lungs. So he brings the hammer down, cling on it, and it actually makes like an indent into the ground, even though there's like a rug on the hard surface of the ground that's here. It like indents inwards. Oh, that's some mighty fine material there. I don't know what it's used for, but I could sure use something like this as an oddity in my shop.
There you go.
What is it?
You know as well as I do. It's a fancy looking hard rock.
How am I supposed
Can't be
to
broken.
know?
That's as far as I know.
Fancy rock that. Where did it come from?
Found it in the woods.
Which woods?
North of here. I'm sorry, not here.
North of Beacon.
Back on the mainland, out in the
Beacon.
around them parts, yeah.
A rock that can't be broken. I might have to get it examined by a specialist that I employ. Or I can knock off an extra 100 gold. Best I can do, not knowing exactly what it is.
Make it 150 because you know it can't be broken. Ain't just pretty.
Make a persuasion check.
Spurred.
$23.
That's what we like to see.
All right. I think
Ooh,
we've
you know
got
you
our-
could charge people to see if they can break it.
No. That's an idea. What a business venture we could get into with this. Where do you come from? Pointing towards Blackstar. How do you have training in these things?
I'm from Tal Noro. I like to rob people.
He's just silent. And just like looking at each one of you. And then
I know we're
down.
not from Telnuro. He's the only one.
Oh, I'm the only one from Tal Noro. Sorry.
But you're all together.
Yeah,
We
met on the
adventure.
road.
Yeah, we met on
We
the road.
keep him in check.
All right. I'm so frustrated right now because I've literally lost the voice I was doing and can't try and do
Owen
it
Wilson.
again.
Owen
I know
Wilson.
it's Owen Wilson, but
Wow.
Owen Wilson
Wow.
actually has a little bit of a southern twang occasionally in some of the
Twang.
words that he
Got a
says.
little bit of this southern
Twang.
twist.
You gotta
Yeah.
understand that not everything is always cut and dry. You gotta.
Oh, so that is what I was doing. So there's a little bit of that in there, which is really hard not to lapse into the southern accent while doing that, but you have to like really focus.
It's okay.
Yeah, because I had a voice in mind for this character, but then as soon as Eric started talking as Razier, it's just gone. It's just gone.
I mean, it's hard to not like this sultry voice going on right here. And the smooth way the words come right on out.
Um.
I'm wet.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Spill something again? Goodness.
He caught his chicken.
Is that a euphemism?
He literally caught his chicken
I
earlier.
did actually catch my chicken
Yeah,
earlier,
yeah,
and I
yeah,
almost cursed.
yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yes. You're a very good boy. It didn't.
Oh, you were here for that.
Yes.
Yeah. Nope.
Oh,
So I think we have a deal.
I mean, we have that, and we also have how
Oh my
many is
God.
it? Yeah, we have a giant golden statue if you want. Well, it's a giant, like
That's
4 feet tall, I
not-
believe.
That's not really something special that I'm looking for. That I said was special. Need special things, you know.
How?
Get really special.
Just so you know, we found it in the ruins of the ancient museum.
If I had a dime for every time someone had something special from a fancy museum that they went out and conquered, it would just be. If I had a piece of gold. If I had a piece of gold. If I had a piece of gold for every time that I. Yeah.
It's a dollar's those
Is that
fake
like
paper
a-
I don't
bills
want-
that
like a piece
people
of
say is
silver,
worth
or-
as much as a gold, but it's not.
Look, I don't want your statue, okay?
Alright. Just asking.
Plus,
'cause-
Lou, he probably couldn't afford that much gold anyway.
Yeah.
He's giving us a deal, guys.
Excuse my associates.
This is kind
We
of an
are-
exclusive thing that we're talking about here. So it's really, this is the deal of the day. And I'm really happy to give it to you. I think we've both arrived at the right decision here. And so I'm going to take what I've gotten out of this, and I think that you're happy with, you came here looking for something specific, and so then over there in the corner, the other people, they are also looking for something, and I'm going to give to them what it is that they want. And so we're going to finish this transaction, if you don't mind. And I don't appreciate the insinuation that I don't have enough money to afford a giant golden statue.
Fair enough. I just figured if you did, you'd have a building instead of a tent, but maybe that's personal choice.
Maybe I
My
prefer
apologies.
to operate out of a tent.
That's what I just said.
Right.
Alright, so with the
Xander, they're doing the wrong kind of persuading.
so with the
I refound the voice, by the way.
yeah. I found it, guys! I found
it!
So it was started out 2100, right? Minus half price.
Oh, and then 150. So
Yeah,
it's
50,
900
yeah,
gold is how
900.
much you're giving out, yeah. Which is
Yeah,
a
no,
steal for
Yeah.
this. Although you're,
But it's still
man, the Wand of
twice
Wonder.
my personal money.
Right. Yeah, more
Yeah.
than twice. But the Wand
Yeah.
of Wonder, oh man.
No,
The
a bit
things
less
that-
than twice.
Yeah, because you had 400.
481. 481 gold pieces.
So. Oh, gotcha.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Hey.
but I couldn't keep the Wand of Wonder if I wanted to attune to the Mord dagger, so.
It's
But I mean,
an
something
attunement item?
something that happened in the campaign that we'll always remember, and and your characters won't, except for Black Star.
I know the truth. I will never admit to it. I'm
See,
taking
the
that to my
main
grave.
reason he wants to get rid of it is so that it stops being brought up, so that he can just put that behind him and not be ever accused of it again.
Right.
Uh-huh.
So, would you guys be fine with me taking, let's say, 450 out of the hole?
It's in the hole? That's where we keep all the
Here,
extra stuff?
you can get it out
Not
later.
not your
I got-
prison wallet, Black Star.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, you can get that out later. We'll straighten things out here. I got it on me.
All right.
Pull out the bag that I was handed earlier to fetch 450 gold out of it. Well,
Oh yeah, you have that, and I'll put down 450 of mine.
So I'm keeping track of all that stuff. I don't actually go and look at all you guys' money, so I don't actually know how much money you have. But
and then later when we get a chance, when we're not in the middle of somebody's
Yeah.
shop, we'll just
So
put the whole
I'll
in.
just remove from 450 from mine and from the hole.
Yeah.
All right. And that is
I'd like to count the money we have in the hole sometime.
done.
Just make sure we have it all.
I'd love a roll for that, and it's like yeah. So you guys thought you had 1,500. As it turns out, you have 1,502 gold pieces.
I mean, if you
Find
go
a
on my
spare, find a spare 2 under the rug that we have down there.
no, a spare one under one rug, and another gold piece on the other. But Alex, if you really want to see the actual gold amount we have in the hole, you can go onto my character sheet in the inventory section. Scroll down, and
No, I don't want to see it.
yeah,
But
alright.
Black Star would like to go and count.
And somehow, every time we go in afterwards, we're gonna miscount and not have the same amount we had before.
I'm just saying.
Alright.
I love the fact that the group has a portable hole and not a bag of holding, by the way. I love that.
I hate it.
I
you
also hate
don't.
it. I
You
cannot
love-
stand it.
Dude, I think it's
You-
so funny. I think
It's
we
super funny.
We wouldn't have the rug if we had a bag of holding.
Yeah, because it wouldn't fit in the.
Like
Or the
we
giant
wouldn't-
statue.
We would be missing a bunch of stuff if we didn't have the portable
Yeah.
hole.
Yeah.
You just wish you had a portable hole and a bag of holding, is what you wish.
Yeah, obviously we
so
want
we can
more
rush.
things, Tim.
No,
We could put them together.
so we can rush the Red King, put them one inside the other, and
We're
Campaign
going
over.
for the Spelljammer campaign immediately.
Now.
man.
To the Astral Sea.
I mean,
I bet you weren't expecting this one, huh, Tim?
we can derail this campaign and we'll turn it into a random RP and I'll just make stuff up as we go. Every session, I'll do no prep just like I do now.
Literally nothing changes except the names of our characters.
No, it's all the same characters, just in the Astral
nice.
Sea.
I like it better.
We'll skip ahead
Only
like
set of worries.
a week. Somehow you live off the food that you have, and then a random pirate ship
berries them.
picks you up.
Berries.
Berries. Okay, so you all right? So
For
we
a
skip
long
ahead. We skip ahead a month till you're found by a pirate thing, people, whatever. You fight them, take over their ship, and now you have your own Spelljammer ship, and then now you're pirates in the Astral Sea.
This sounds amazing. This sounds absolutely amazing.
Anyways, you've left the shop. I'm assuming you've concluded your transaction with this with Owen Wilson, and you're now. Where are you going? We got 30 minutes. What are we doing with our 30 minutes?
Oh my god! I just realized the +1 bonus from the tuber sling. I'm pretty sure it stacks with the +1 bonus from Skyblinder's staff.
Oh.
Oh, so you can get +2.
Yeah, basically. Then again, I feel like it's up to you because technically, with Magic Stone, it says that I make a ranged spell attack, and the Skyblinder staff gives me a +1 on my spell attacks, as well as my normal attacks, but only with the staff. And the two-bird sling is a +1 weapon. And says
I
a
don't
+1, you have a
think
+1 bonus
that-
to attack rolls and damage roll with this weapon.
I don't think that applies to the
Yeah, does
spell
not-
attack. Yeah, I don't think that's
So I get the +1 from attack.
either
with
way,
the-
basically.
Yeah. So it using the sling turns it from a ranged spell attack to a ranged weapon attack, basically.
Right, but if you had like a +1 sword, and you were making ranged spell attacks, your +1 sword wouldn't give you plus.
Yeah, but then
Here.
it's because I'm using the slings to throw the magical stones that are boosted from the staff.
Is the sling attack a magical spell attack, or you're creating stones as the magic?
That's what I thought it was like Shillelagh, because Shillelagh specifically says I make weapons attack, but with magic stones, unless I misread it, because that happens a lot. If thrown, it does say if thrown, it has a range of 56.
Whether you
60 feet.
use it with the sling or not just determines the range for it.
Yeah.
The attack
If
itself
someone
is
else
just the spell attack.
attacks with a pebble, you touch 1 to 3 pebbles, imbue them with magic. You or someone else can make a ranged spell attack with 1 pebble by throwing it or hurling it with a sling.
Yeah, I don't think the sling's bonus applies to this. The sling is just a it just determines the range whether you're throwing it or using the sling.
Alright.
Well, I think it's the opposite. I think the Skyblinder's staff doesn't apply. It's the
So that one
sling
definitely
that
does because the Skyblinder's is specifically says
+1
+1
spell
to
attack.
your spell attacks, and that is specifically a spell attack roll. That's the thing that applies, whereas the sling doesn't, because you're not making an attack with the sling. You're making an attack
You know what?
with the spell.
We can go back to that after the game, since Alex does have
Yeah.
to leave in half an hour.
Yeah, we can.
Sure.
come back to
Sorry
this.
about that, Alex.
It's okay. I
He's
like
already
the
used to
disputes.
it.
Yeah, this is normal, par for the
Well,
course.
it is very normal, unfortunately. But I mean, anyways. Yeah, bringing it back. Where are we going?
I think we're just heading back to the inn at this point, and we'll sit down and discuss what's going on, what we're doing. I think that's the plan. We made our stop, heading back, and then just sit down for a minute before the Bardoff / meeting, whatever is happening with Blackstar.
As we're walking back, I'm just like, I'm not selling a cursed ring to somebody to just buy. That's not.
What if it's
cool.
someone we don't like?
But
I mean,
that's not.
he-
That's not.
He did
cool.
say he
kinda
wanted
didn't
something
like that guy.
interesting. What's more interesting than a cursed ring?
I mean, if you had mentioned that it was cursed, but like, I don't want to just.
Ooh, can I
I
have
might
it?
elect it if it was cursed.
What happened?
Can I have it?
Trick some poor dame into wearing that?
A dame? Why would I do it to a woman?
I don't know. You find you don't like her and you want to have her go away.
Oh my god! Oh my god, Brazier, that is so dark. I love that.
He'd do
but
he'd do that to a men as well, Razier. What are
Thank
you
you.
thinking?
Fair enough.
thank you, Louise. Equal opportunity.
I will.
No.
I will hand Blackstar the ring.
Blackstar takes it. I have a great idea for this, and I'm so excited now.
Equal rights, equal fight.
Oh my god.
All right.
This will be great. This will be great.
Sun
Listen
is
to this.
All right.
Let's walk and talk. So, Jareem, the lout, who I'm fairly certain is parading around as my revered mentor, account majestic. I subtly slip the ring onto his finger. Does it require attunement at all?
It does.
Oh.
Oh, actually, no, it doesn't. While wearing this ring, you can breathe normally underwater. Whenever you're pushed against your will, the distance you're moved is reduced by 10 feet.
Okay, that's fine. Pushed. I can pull people. I'm going to put the ring on his finger. And then I'm going to pull him into a body of water. And then we'll find out the truth of why he's parading around as Count Majestic.
That's,
I mean,
that's so
sounds like a
brutal.
lot of theatrics for it, but
Who are you
Fair
talking
enough.
to?
I said fair enough.
Okay, good. I'm glad you realized before anything got insane. Would you like to wear it, Razir?
I'm good with water already.
All right, that's fair. That's true. I don't think you breathe.
Oh no, it does require attunement.
Biscuits.
Yeah. I believe most cursed items do, since the curse takes hold once you're attuned to it.
Yeah.
That's fine. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it requires attunement. I'll tell you. I have the perfect song to enthrall this Jareem character. When I ask him to put it on and attune to it, why wouldn't he? It's a gift from a friend. Oh, this is lovely. I cannot wait to possibly entrap him at the depths of the ocean for the rest of his life.
Are you alright, Blackstar?
Are you all right, Louise?
Honestly, I don't know right now.
There's your answer. Okay. Anyway, so what's up with the Red King? Like, how does everybody feel about what he's saying?
Are you guys gonna? You're back in Melvin's hammock at this point, and the sunset, has come to its peak, to the point where the beautiful oranges and purples are flooding over the tropical landscape that's here, and you find your way to your room within Melvin's hammock.
Right. So about that, outside of what he said may or may not have happened in the past, are we all still on the same page of not a fan of the Chainless and what they do?
Yeah.
Don't like what they do. But isn't there some merit to what he's saying?
I mean, maybe, but I think the way you do something is just as important as what you're doing it for.
Well, doesn't the end justify the means sometimes?
No, that's actually a very disproven philosophical ideology.
In what realm?
I mean,
Every
that
every realm outside of Telnoro.
yeah, maybe Machiavelli is a big deal in Telnoro, but
Magia who now?
um, but the desires of the few should not be justified by the faults of the many. You
Right.
know, they many shouldn't struggle because a subset of people believes in this certain thing.
Yeah, but what if he's right? What if after the struggle, there's just sunshine?
And what if he's wrong? What if he was lying?
What if he thinks that he's telling the truth, but he doesn't know anything?
Mm.
At the end of the
That's-
day, we have no clue.
I suppose that's true to a point.
I mean,
But still,
look, I hear you. I think that at its core, right, there's something noble here, right? There's something that's desirable, and I understand. At the same time, though, a real leader doesn't leave their people to rot, doesn't rule by fear. A real leader lifts people up. At least, that's how I feel.
you're such a dreamer.
And besides, people have survived these attacks before he was in charge of doing his thing. There's ways around these things and ways about these things that some will take hold.
But
Without
when?
him having to. Who's to say the next thing's even coming, or why they come in the first place? This is getting outside of our realm of expertise, but
Yeah, but that's the thing. We don't have expertise one way or the other. Like we can say who's to say nothing else is coming? Who's to say they won't just keep coming? Like people have just been surviving, but this man is taking action, despicable action. And there are things that I would love to end about him and his organization. But at the end, the message isn't so bad. Freedom from fear.
But the message isn't there, Blackstar.
right.
Well,
When your message is being conveyed using the means that you're trying to stay away from, the message gets lost. It gets muddled. It gets dark.
Plus, it's always real fishy when the only way to do something is putting so and so in charge. Usually more power grab than altruistic reasons.
That's a good point. That I can get behind. Absolute power absolutely corrupts. But still,
Which is why you should not take the power from all the bards, because you're gonna get corrupted.
oh my lord.
You're gonna be
Luis,
just like the Red King.
that's true. And then, if there's no other music being made, how will I know mine is better than theirs?
you would
Exactly.
just be
You need
a
other people to push
Bigger
them
version
down.
of what's going on here. It'd be the only one people have ever heard, so they won't know better.
I hate that. I hate that. Oh wow.
You just gotta let them be and just prove you're better.
Like I'm going to tonight when I completely annihilate
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Barnabas Green.
Maybe down the line you can set yourself up a inner city bard competition and win that every time and prove you're the best.
Oh, in town Nora would be great publicity.
I doubt people want to go there for many
Well,
reasons.
I don't know why you have to say it like that.
It's because of the desert that's deadly and the monsters that live in the desert and traveling there is real hard.
And the people in Telnoro as well.
What's wrong with the people? I'm from town Nora. I'm fine.
Are you?
cause lots of problems, but my
For
point was,
who?
getting
Everyone?
lots of people, us included. Getting there is the main point I was making of
Ooh.
why people wouldn't want to go there.
We could find a large field, and I could invite bards from everywhere there, and then we can have one large party, and just like absolute rager. What would I call it though? Oh man, I mean, I feel like plain
you're
stock.
You're the guy.
I was thinking
you're-
something maybe along the lines of, since you're the one who's going to organize it, something along the lines of
Yeah,
Burning
something
Man.
like-
Ooh,
Oh my god.
Fire
The Fire Festival.
Fire Festival, Burning Man. Those are excellent suggestions.
That's so good. It's unbelievable, actually.
We could set up like this giant effigy, and then set it on fire, so it's just like me.
Yeah, there you go.
Giant Burning Man.
Yeah,
Oh, I
but-
need to.
I mean, where would you host it? In the caldera?
Mm,
It's,
I mean, if
if you want the people to come back a second time and not be
it can't
dead,
be there. Yeah.
might want to avoid that.
I wonder if there are any other large deserted areas that won't get people killed.
I feel like that last part might make it hard to find
Yeah,
a suitable
these parts
place.
is rough. Maybe just like nearby,
Oh.
outside one of the
Oh.
towns.
What if you held it at the museum?
Yeah,
What a great venue that would be.
that would be amazing. Like an amphitheater.
You
of
could
some sort.
flip it like a house.
Yes,
But,
I could fill it with red rocks and create an amphitheater of some sort.
One quick
And
thing,
like in-
since
in
I know
Colorado-
you didn't go Black Star. One quick thing, how would he get people down there?
If you build it, they will come.
We got them.
It's kind
door
of already
pieces.
built in
We
a
got the
whole
door pieces.
We've got the
Like,
door pieces.
6
Guys, are we
60
making a
feet in the ground?
business?
is this?
Are we getting our passive income up?
We're going to set up an event
One of us,
venue.
yeah, one of us is we're gonna hire a manager to book events for us.
Zanladir.
Yep.
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
thinking
so-
that. I was blanking on his name. I was like, yeah.
This
Yeah.
is amazing.
Yeah.
What were we talking
And
about
we could
before this?
try-
We're talking about
Zender could
We're
just send
getting
in
real
to contact
deep and
Terrell, so Terrell could do
philosophical.
publicity while going around with the caravans.
That's amazing.
We were getting all deep and philosophical with the morals behind what the Red King's doing and whether we're on board with that or not. But
that's right.
getting back to that, I think bottom line we're all, other than Danger Tormund's now in, I think we're all okay with how things turned out today. I don't know about y'all, but I intend to continue to do what I got to do, whether that interferes with chainless plans or not. Going after this base is still on my list.
As long as we can get money, that's fine with me.
I'm pretty sure there's going to be plenty of money in the bases.
Though I would like to know why my mother was killed. That's some
Because she lived in Telnoro.
okay. I don't know why that continues to be a thing that gets brought up. It's a lovely city.
that
There.
felt motivated.
There were nice places there. We have an aquarium. It's beautiful.
In the desert? That's impressive.
I know. It's really
Wait.
good.
Are the fishes alive?
Yes, they're alive.
I just assumed desert, bunch of fishes, might not
No,
be
some mad wizard created an aquarium. It's insane.
All right,
Mad
I
indeed.
just took notes.
Aquarium. Aquarium.
I just took notes. Telnoro has a really nice aquarium.
It's like really nice. It's insane. I don't like
And it was
everyone
set up
is
by a
floored.
mad wizard, so it's the
Yes.
aquarium of the mad mage.
Right.
Dungeon of the Mad Mage.
It's got a lot of weird things in it, but it's really cool, honestly.
Somewhere in the deepest reaches of the director's office, there's a book, and inside that book is hollowed out, and inside it lies a revolver with 6 bullets. No other explanation. And a spaceship.
More notes.
All right.
All right, so no Red King, no working for the Chainless yet.
Yet.
Right, so about our timetable here, do we still intend on heading out to try and find what's-his-face and see where get some details on where the lab is?
I mean, we
Is that
kind of
still our
need
plan
to,
for tomorrow?
right?
Yeah, we need to get him.
Isn't that kind of what we said we'd do? And aren't we getting paid for that anyway?
Yeah, that's kind of our
Are we getting played? I don't remember.
first step of our whole goal here.
Yeah, I mean, we're supporting
yeah.
the rebellion at this point.
We were told that every chainless base
Oh,
lab
yeah.
we take down, he'd pay us a chunk. All right.
Alright.
So now that we got these 2 points marked on a map between the Hag's Hut and the spot that Pluto's supposed to be in, we out of character, where are they in relation to each other, and what looks like a reasonable path? Because we're
Okay.
probably going to want to try and do these 2 things at the same time.
Oh. Okay.
In the same trip.
Sure.
Yeah, I mean, depending on where they are.
Yeah.
All right. Let me.
All right, pull out that regional map of Sayor, the local area map that you have prepared.
I
That's
don't.
not quite the town map.
There
Pull all the
isn't.
GPS command them.
Let's see. World map.
I
points
can't
of
just keep zooming in on
intrigue.
on Google Maps and see local details.
Go to
of the
Street View.
region.
This is,
Yeah.
Open another world map and then
I
hit
mean,
R, and it'll pull up the
Not
local map.
everywhere has Street View, Jason.
Yes, I know. Unfortunately, I work in a job where I have to find out all the time.
Because when I was younger, we lived in a small village in Switzerland, and I wanted to go check it out with Street Views, but they don't have Street View in the village.
Ah,
Were you born in Switzerland?
No, I was born in Quebec.
Okay.
Yeah, I was
Quebec.
born in Quebec. We moved to Switzerland because my dad got a job offer at Nestle, and
Oh, nice.
and my mom being an accountant, she can basically find work anywhere. So moved out. I think I was like 5 weeks old, something like that. Like really
my
young.
question is, in this small village, as you said, did you not have Street View from Google because there weren't streets?
No, there were streets.
Okay.
No, just such small village, like a village small
Just all
enough everyone
footpaths.
knows each other basically.
Yeah, Street View is a crowdsourced science.
Yeah. And on one of the street in my hometown, we can see one of my friends walking home and looking
Oh,
looking
wow.
at the car, just like they blurred the face, but we see him like we see that he turned his head around to look at the van.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome.
What the heck?
Oh, we're getting markers.
Oh, we are
Hello?
on the world map. I'm still on Sailor's map.
What the?
What in the world?
It's being so dumb.
Sorry.
Bless you.
Thank
Is
you.
it like locked to a grid that doesn't exist?
Well, the grid does exist. There, that's fine. Okay, you should have 2.
She lives so much farther away.
It's about a day's travel.
And you said
Yeah, the ruins on apparently though are like quick
an hour and a half.
half
right?
It's
hour.
about we're
skip.
gonna call it an hour and a half approximately.
Oh, okay.
All right. So
Well, in that
when you
case-
said it's on the way to Chingless Best, I assumed the ruins because I'm dumb.
I mean, at
Okay.
this, if it's like this, we're gonna want to go to the ruins, bring Pluto back to Sayor, and then go.
Then make a trip out. Yeah, absolutely. In fact, who needs long rests? We could just go as soon as the Bardoff is done and just get that quick little errand done and come back for.
I mean, we
Second
could. Only thing I'm missing is like.
No, we're gonna want to go in the morning.
Regain spell slot, and I
mean,
don't have a lot of
and your armor.
berries.
And your
Oh yeah,
armor.
and the armor. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
But
I
I
was
mean,
gonna say 'cause
technically,
I can arcane recovery. Like I'll be okay.
Yeah. But
No, I think we're
only-
gonna want the long rest, grab the armor, and then
the armor.
you know,
It's mostly for Black Star, so he loses disadvantage on stealth.
What's the AC on the armor though?
It's 15 plus your dex bonus, so 17 total because you have +2, right?
Yeah. So I
Yeah,
get
so
a
it's-
19 with my
Guys,
shield.
when my AC gets up to 12, it's over.
Mage
I'm gonna be-
armor,
I'm
Jason.
gonna be
Mage armor.
unstoppable. Dude,
We need to find him like a set of elven chainmail.
or just an Archmage robe. One or the other.
I feel like
Whichever's
one might be a bit more common than the other.
Yeah, probably.
Be
But look at
careful
Tim's-
what you wish for. Archmage robes that are cursed.
I mean, depending on what
Tim.
the curse is, might be worth it.
Yeah. You
Those
can't
things are
remove it.
strong.
Oh no, I can't remove my uber powerful mage
Yeah.
Can
robes.
only breathe water.
We make him a fishbowl, like a scuba. It's filled with water.
Reverse Sandy Cheekson.
I would switch characters. I would make a new character.
That'd be so
It's
good.
like, nope, this character's ruined. This
Yeah.
run is bad. Time to restart
Run
the
is
run.
bad.
Yeah, I gotta restart the run, dude.
Bad
Well,
orange.
I'd
rest
take a
until next
robe
loop.
with Arch Magi. Shoot, that's
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah, I'll go to Newt's and go back for the next loop.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so we've
So we
figured that out.
So then the next thing is literally just fast forwarding to the meeting at 6:45, which we don't have time
Yeah.
tonight to get into all that. So I guess we'll probably just call it there, right? Unless you guys want to talk about other stuff or get anything else done. Got 8 minutes.
I think. Yeah.
Blackstar's gonna pull out Brigneck. Poof him out. Wake up! Wake up, you!
Black Star,
Did you hear anything the Red King was talking about?
how could you ruin my beauty sleep?
You'll get more sleep. Stop being so bothersome. Did you hear
Wow.
anything the Red King was talking about?
My eyes need a rest, Black Star.
You don't have eyes, Brigneck. You're in a sword now. You have no
That's
eyes.
offensive.
How, it's not offensive. It's factual. You have no eyes.
I heard what the Red King said. I started taking my nap when you exited the building.
All right, so what do you think?
I'm just a sword. What is there to
Oh
think,
my
Black Star?
Why are you so petty? Who made you like this? Who hurt you, Brigneck?
You did.
Last night was glorious. We had the best times of our life, and I got to watch it with Razir by the window, even though he couldn't hear me. I just got to enjoy it until the sunrise, and you slept like a baby. Could have been you in that chair, Black Star. But you can't stay up all night, and I get it. But about the Red King.
Thank you.
He's got a point.
Right?
I kind of like him. I'm not going to lie.
It's fair. I mean, sometimes you have to do terrible things in order to do something good, right? Like that's, if anything, we learned from Tal Nora. That's essentially it.
Just because people do bad things doesn't mean they're a bad person.
Exactly.
Did you do this
All
while everybody's in the room with you? You're talking to Grignac and everyone's
Absolutely.
just... Okay.
Yeah, in Primordial. So
Okay.
only Xander knows what I'm saying.
Okay.
Well, he's kind of not wrong about a lot of the things he said.
I mean, do you believe him? Do you believe he understands all this, that he knows it? Like, what kind of power must he have?
Oh, I don't know about his power, but I could tell you he's probably got to wear a cup. A lot of people trying to take him down a couple notches, you know, with all that ego.
Yes. I suppose that's true.
But that doesn't really answer your question. But that's kind of how I am.
That's exactly how you are all the time.
He's probably got a lot of power. But not as much power as I had when I was out of the sword.
Right, but you're in the sword now, so let's find out how we can... Do you think he could restore you to power in some way? Or at least give you something that you could watch things burn more easily?
Well, he wasn't lying about his story about the deities being trapped. That much I know. And he wasn't lying about offering whatever it is we want. So yes, he could bring me out of the sword, and that's actually... And then he's silent.
Actually, what? Why are you like this? Why you always trail off at the worst times?
Black Star.
Grignac.
Black Star.
Grignac.
I have thought it over.
Okay.
We must join the Chainless. Get me out of this sword.
Yeah, probably not the worst idea. Do you think they know what would what happened to my mother? I don't want to work with them if they actively killed her, but if it was a bunch of thugs doing the wrong thing for the Red King when he has the right idea...
I don't know what happened to your mother.
Uh,
But it might have all been an accident. It might not have been the Red King. It's only one way to know.
Find out to work with him somehow.
He asked you if you had any questions, and you said didn't say anything.
I forgot. I was being coy. I should have paid more attention.
And I go
All
back
right.
to sleep now.
Yes, Grignac, you can go back to sleep. Jesus. And I poof more. Ugh. All right. Back in common. All right, well, I don't know. We've got a lot to do. There's no point in thinking too much on any of this right now. We've got things that we have lined up already. So just interesting. Food for thought. What do you think, Xander? Food for thought, right? Knowing full well he understood everything he heard me say in Primordial.
Food for thought.
Just saying, my sword has some interesting things to say. The deities are trapped. He wasn't lying about a lot of things.
I don't doubt that, but it doesn't make what he's doing right.
No.
Especially not in the way that he goes about it. If he can't keep control of his own men, what makes you think he's going to be able to control anything else in the future?
Well, men are fickle. Men are terrible. Just look at Tal Noro.
And he'll trade you in the same way that he'd trade all them in.
Was it have to get leverage on him somehow?
Look, at the end of the day, he's got a goal, and he said it himself. He'll step on anybody that gets in his way. And if that means his own people, he'll do what it takes. Even if he can't win without them.
Interesting.
You can feel however you want, Blackstar. If you're having doubts, I'm sure he's still in town.
Xander, you're no fun sometimes. You're such a wet blanket. You think because you can see the future that you're so righteous.
I don't know. There's a lot to think about. But
What are you, drunk or something?
no.
So sleepy. Oh, Razir.
God,
No,
you're so weird, Blackstar. I think you're sore like that.
What's wrong with talking to my sword? I've talked to my sword for my almost my entire life.
It's just weird. And Luis turns away, starts talking to a squirrel.
We're all a bunch of weirdos.
Bunch of weirdos in this place.
Yeah.
Okay.
You guys need to let chaos into your lives.
Like Nurgle?
Yeah.
Their grandfather.
Grandpappy Nurgle?
Yeah.
So we'll pick back up there.
Yours.